Hello and welcome. Yes! We should start every show with that.
Then we would need Dave for every show.
Is that on your theme song?
Not a problem. To the Arcade Hangout episode number 98. One of your hosts for tonight's show, and tonight's show is a recap of Grinkers now that we're all hopefully, well, not me, I didn't really have
somewhat
recovered and refreshed from some late evenings.
Early mornings, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, I know, I heard one night was very, I went to bed at 3:30 thinking that was late, but apparently it was not.
Ooh, there's some lovely Griffin showing some lovely.
Oh, yeah. Posters on there. Nice.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
what was everyone's favorite moment of Grinkers?
Watching Steve smile when I put the monitor in his front line.
Oh yeah, Buffett was mine showing up. I didn't believe it was him until he spoke.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I thought
I think we were all freaking out when we saw him.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Keith and I had a nice little debate about whether it was Buffett or not.
Be the greatest imposter job ever. I'm Buffett. Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah. Well, but as soon as he speaks, and it's like, oh my God, it was so unreal. It was so unreal. I mean, it was already an ordeal for me to get there, and then when I did, it was like, oh, wait, what? Like this, it was what?
Yeah,
there was someone where Buffett was like, I am Buffett. Like, someone didn't believe him. Like, they were talking about, you're not Buffett. I am Buffett.
It doesn't exist. Like Santa Claus. Same thing.
I think I told you, Brad, and you were like, no, it can't be. And, like,
I was in the back corner with the other two guys from Vancouver, and you came up and you're like, Brad, Buffett's here. I'm like, oh, fuck off. No, he's not. I kept watching my friends.
Get another beer,
No,
you
seriously, he's there.
I think I told all you guys my version individually, but I got to share it again. So I was standing there talking to Matroid. He's out of Texas. The guy did the light boxes, and his buddy, I can't remember his handle now, but anyways, I was standing there chatting to him, and he told me, he's all, one thing I'd really like to see happen eventually is if we could get Buffett to show up at one of these events. And I'm like, I know what you mean, man. I'd love to have him show up. I just don't know if it's ever going to happen, because he's like, I kept saying, like, he's like B.A. Baracus. He can't fly. Like, the guy's afraid of flying or something. I don't know the story there. And then, not to mention the time he has to have off work, travel, loss of income kind of thing. I'm just like, I don't know if it's ever going to happen. The only way is to maybe go to MagFest in January, but that's really hard time of year for me. And so I'm just like, unfortunately, I don't know if I'll ever get to meet him, And then literally like 5 or 10 minutes later, I'm looking over my shoulder, just kind of looking around the place and see him walk in. I'm like, no fucking way. No fucking way. I'm like, holy shit. I knew it was him right away, So I immediately ran up to him and hugged him, So that was an awesome moment. I think everybody was freaking out the same as soon as they saw him. So yeah.
That was Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Was that Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I was really confused as an English guy when he asked me to get him some sweet tea. What is that? Tea.
You asked what I'd like to drink, and that's what I said.
Yeah, I did. It's sweet tea. It's tea. There's sugar in it. Anything else I need to know? And just the weird American ways scare and confuse me. So.
And I think Jacklet got on camera when like we caught Steve's attention. He was behind the bar, like pouring a beer or something.
Oh yeah, I saw his face.
Steve,
I saw his face.
Like, Steve, look who's here! And he's like jumping up and down, like with an excitement. This is awesome. Like, no way! So, yeah, definitely a highlight for sure.
Yeah. Jack Lick sent me that video. I haven't watched it yet, so
Okay.
I don't know how.
I do. You said you videoed some other stuff too, so
well,
I need to PM you, and we'll get it. I want to try to get some of that footage you took too. So.
Right. Well, I didn't take any footage. What I did was I cranked up my voice recorder on my phone, so that way I would have the audio.
Oh, right. I mean Saturday night too, because I think you filmed Saturday night stuff too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he did some stuff for me Friday and Saturday, with Carrie and stuff like that. And then I had my audio running on my phone just so I could try to catch a little more, right there direct where you could hear us, hopefully hear better, the reactions and things of folks. So
Dave Elope in our chat, which was also cool to we'll talk about his shirt afterwards, but he said he loved the bikini shirt.
Yeah.
I wore it so you guys would feel at home with my evidence.
After a few beers, I found myself looking at that shit maybe a little more than I should have.
Joel, swiping right.
Swipe right.
Or you brought an envelope, so yeah, there's a shirt there.
I know that I got a lot of strange looks as people walked around Grinkers. I do know that.
That chick has a beard.
Yeah.
But she's hot.
I like a beard. I like a beard on a woman. Something. It's like a handle. It's like she can't get away.
And Orange Whip, you brought up Dave Lopes. I gotta say that was pretty awesome too, seeing that he made that shirt. I'm like, shit, does this mean we're kind of like somewhat legit now, or what? We have a fan made shirt. It's awesome. So yeah, and I think did it want to be in the prize for the Nat, right? Yes. First prize. So and Mock got that. So that's awesome too. So we'll have to make sure he wears that. So
yeah, I think he said he might still be coming on, right? He's just gonna be late.
Yeah.
Family
coming in or something like that. Yeah.
So Buffett, how long did you know before you showed up that you would be coming to Grinkers? How long did you keep that secret?
About a month and a half.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Wow,
pretty good.
Yeah, that's when that's a
good secret.
When I started collaborating with the sponsor, and we started just talk to make sure everything was cool and whatnot, and how everything was going to go and stuff like that. And so
awesome.
Yeah, I had to keep you guys in the dark.
Right? Yeah, you did a good job.
Made the surprise that much better.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I see Keith in the chat. We got a spot here, don't we?
Yeah.
If we kick Buffett out.
Right. Yeah, right.
Nobody can snag.
All right, thanks, Buffett. We'll see you
next year. Drinkers.
So bad. Never live that one down.
Yeah.
But yes, we do have a spot.
Meeting the fans was cool too. Like I know I hung with Paul a lot too, who's a really nice dude, and all the other people too, just coming up and like meeting people. Yeah,
he was so toasted fucking Thursday.
As opposed to the rest of us.
Everyone. Oh well, I wasn't hugging and kissing everyone. I mean, he was going for the GAC award though.
Wait, you're talking about Adam G? I think.
Yeah, Adam.
Oh wait, you said Paul. Who's
Paul? Yeah.
I think maybe he had like a red Atari shirt on, maybe one of the days.
Yeah.
Sacramento, right?
He is.
North of Sacramento, but he's in up north of me, and Carrie too. So.
Yep.
I think he's in Chico, somewhere up there, a couple hours drive north.
Yeah, that was awesome to see him too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That should make Brian Farber feel like an idiot that he didn't go.
Yeah, Farber. Come
on. Gonna lose out on the Superfan Award. Superfan.
Wait, we have one of those?
Yeah.
Pretend.
That was another one, Andrew. We forgot to try to do was the furthest travel thing.
Yeah.
Because there was a couple of guys that came down from Alaska.
The Alaska, I think would have won.
Yeah, I think that beats out Leo and Dave from Buffalo.
Yeah, I became friends with one of the guys from Alaska. I've been texting him.
Okay. Yeah, that was pretty awesome though. Like, damn, hardcore.
I know that's Alaska.
And I think they came out like a couple days early too. They came out like on Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that.
Yeah, one or two of them did.
Yeah, I think 2 buddies came out.
Right. So, yeah, because I remember them posting in the thread. Yeah, we're here. Is there anything local to do?
There was a couple of nice restaurants. Bardnay is fun on Sunday. Yeah, exactly.
Bardnay did. We had some of their rum that they distill themselves. It was very good. I was pretty impressed with that stuff. It was nice.
I ate brunch there on Sunday and lunch and I think a little dinner too. So they have good food and booze. Yeah. I
gotta say, I've been there 5 years. I've never been there. That's right next to the hotel, right?
Yeah,
it's really nice. Yeah,
they have a few different ones around. It's like a local chain.
Yeah, I took the red eye out Sunday night, so I watched the football games on Sunday. So, which is a mistake leaving on Sunday night because Monday it was
Did you
just
have to
a
work
wreck.
on Monday?
No, I took Monday off, but yeah.
Okay, well at least you had that.
Yeah. What happens is you send texts to people saying how they ruined Grinkers when you meant to say running, and then next thing you know, you're like, shit.
Right. Leo texted. Did you text me? I can't remember now. You're like, hey, Gak, thanks for ruining Grinkfest. And I'm like, was that a typo? Do you mean running? Or it's a fine line between running and ruining, right, Andrew?
I had like 4 hours sleep in like 48 hours. What the fuck do you expect? I mean, Jesus. Goddamn autocorrect.
That's awesome. Oh, Keith! Yay, you joined us. What's your favorite moment of Grinkfest? Oh, Chrissy, sorry. I caught you when you were standing up and getting ready. I suck.
Just about to take a shit.
Oh, I know.
Grinkfest definitely reinforced. I have an above average interest in Super Cobra this year. I had an interest in it last year, and I confirmed it again this year. I'm like, I
think that happened to Slick Nick last year. Like he put that on his want to buy list. It was either last year or a year before. I can't remember now.
I like it. It's it's brutally hard, but I mean, you guys were actually talking about that in Slack this week where you were talking about Cuphead and why it's so popular and saying that gamers, like the new generation of gamers, are starting to enjoy very hard games in the style of arcade games, and Super Cobra definitely an example of a friggin' hard game.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's like a swing back from games like basically playing themselves for kids nowadays.
Oh yeah,
where it's so easy, and like your health recharges, and if you can't beat that level of Mario, it'll like play it for you or make you invincible.
Right. Well, all your parents will come and do it for you, and
everything's on YouTube now too.
You'll just start at the latest spawn point. You don't have to get back to anywhere.
Yeah.
Millennial video games.
Right. So and it seems like they're growing up. Like they're to the point now where it's like they actually want a challenge, and that's what the market's demanding.
Yeah, apparently, like what was it? Dark Souls was kind of the first in that step on the console market. Was it Dark Souls? It came out and everyone was just like, "Oh my god, this is the most brutally hard game."
Dark Souls was one of them. Yes,
did very well. A challenge. Go figure. God, we sound like fucking old.
I know.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
When I played arcade games, I was being eaten by wolves, and I had no fingers.
What was it, Jimbo? Back in my day, we called movies books.
Yeah, television was called books. Yeah.
Another movie reference they probably wouldn't get.
True. Is that the movie they're remaking?
You know what I'm talking about anyway, because like every game I play is hard because I suck at all of them. So.
Did you play one game? Did you put it one quarter in, Griffin? You said you weren't going to. Did you put one quarter in a game?
I played the NAT games.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But he let his partner.
He made his partner. Yeah.
So talk about. Why don't you guys talk? Can you talk a little bit about NAT since I missed it?
Did you explain why you missed it, or?
Yeah,
It was 100
so
times better than Denver, Nat. Oh, sorry, you missed it.
So I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we're canceling flight. I was supposed to fly out on Thursday, and they canceled 117 flights due to the smoke because of the Napa fires.
Yeah, the runway was on fire.
The runway, yeah.
Right.
And so, yeah, some flights took off, some flights didn't, but I had really great luck and mine did not. So they rebooked me for the next day, and just in case, I actually booked a rental car to go one way, so I could drive one way from SFO to Boise, and so that was my emergency backup. But I was booked on a flight for the next day, and it looked good. The people who left before me, they made their flight, and then my flight was canceled. And so I contacted the airline and basically told them, no, I must be in Idaho today. Don't tell me I get to use this voucher for the next 21 days. I must be there today. So they actually made it happen, and I got on a few hours later, I got on a flight that flew from San Francisco down to Phoenix, because that's logical, and then up to Boise. So I got to Grinkers. I missed all of Thursday, missed all of Friday, except for I technically made it, I made it Friday, it's just it was after midnight by the time I made it there. And then in my exhaustion and stressed outedness, that's when I got to meet Buffett, and I was like, no way. There's
a whole bunch of us that wanted to go to bed like an hour before, but we were all waiting.
A lot of people burnt out from the night before.
Oh,
I wanted to spill the beans and be like, oh my God, you can't.
Yeah.
I made them all act normal just for you.
And they never act normal.
Mind you, that if I had said, "Hey, Buffett's here," I still don't think you would have believed me. But
No, I wouldn't have been. Yeah, right.
We weren't allowed to post to Slack. We were all quiet that day too.
Yeah.
People just thought we were hungover.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of typical when everybody goes off. You like because first of all, not a lot of reception there, but you're all talking with each other.
It was Friday night, right? Because we all were like re-energized when you showed up. That we stayed up till like 6 a.m.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
It was like Brofest all over again, except without John.
Andrew was like behind the bar.
Did you guys actually see the sun come up?
Yes. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
The sky was getting light when we
went
to bed.
Oh my God.
All that was missing was John to be like, hey, so what's going on in the cream short place?
I think Carrie definitely won the most perseveringness award.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just glad I didn't actually have to drive, because that would have sucked. It would have been basically 12 hours of driving, and I would have shown up even more toasted than I did. Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad it was a flight, even though I didn't get in until so late. So Nat. So now that everybody understands why it was that I missed it.
So I got to say thanks to, I think, Orange Whip and was it Keith and Leo? There was a few of you guys walking around trying to get everybody to join up and do it, right?
Yeah, I walked around for like a half an hour, 40 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think Leo and Keith and maybe Mock. I can't remember now. There was a few of you guys walking around. But yeah, I think that helped out a lot, because otherwise people would have been just like, what's going on over there,
What was the total player tally?
There was 13 pairs, so 26 people.
26. Nice.
I got the lowest score on both games.
I told one of the scorekeeping girls to register my name and put a 0 after everything, so I would get the lowest score possible.
You guys thought it was like golf.
Yeah, I didn't drop a quarter.
Yeah, so the first game we played, Carrie, was of course Frogger. That one's a hit. That almost seems like a mandatory one every time. I don't know.
Yeah, blindfolded Frogger. Yeah.
The gameplay is so like kind of slower paced and simple, and everybody has like a somewhat of an equal shot at it.
Glitches galore.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But this time we played on the because actually I think he has 3 Froggers. Steve has 3 Froggers.
Yes, he does. He does.
2 uprights on either end of the room, and then kind of in the middle was the cocktail table.
So we opted for great.
Yeah, we opted for the cocktail table because there's more open space, and everybody could see it too. Everybody could circle around and see it.
Yeah.
Like uprights, it's kind of hard to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think that worked out really well.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Players could see the the one player could see the.
Yeah. Yep.
Someone originally said something about like
point up, I think, because the player one start button was like in a weird spot or something.
Well, we were the first ones up, and I'm like, okay, we'll get this going, but where the fuck is the start button?
Right.
We had our cell phone flashlights going.
It's like you drop the coin to the right of the control panel, but then to the left of the control panel was the player one and player two start button. But you'd think player one is on your left side, but it's not. It's on the right side. I think. Yeah. So it's like all backwards.
Well, I remember like someone was saying something about like, well, we'll have the other player who's directing sit on the other side of the cocktail table.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like,
and I was like, that's a terrible fucking idea.
It's so hard.
You'd be screaming at the person.
That's a great idea.
No, I know, but like it's already so fucking hard that there's no reason to make it harder.
Right. Your left is their right. Oh, that would be awful.
You could.
Well, then you'd be sitting across from going up. Back.
Well, we were talking about that. It's like, is it a football game where, like, the opposing teams can all start screaming so you can't hear the calls on the field, type of thing between the players playing.
We'll get to that. We'll get to those challenges once someone clears the first fucking level.
Players did better in Denver than they did in Grinkfest, for sure.
Well, more drinks flowing, that's for sure. And, of course, we were all sad that you couldn't make it, Carrie. But you were there in spirit.
Yeah.
So, there was actually a few females that played too, I think, in the NAP stuff.
Yes.
That's the Nick's wife and
Sylvia, right?
Sylvia.
Didn't they end up getting
Slick Nick's wife?
That was funny because I think they were nervous. Like, who am I going to get partnered with? I could see them kind of looking, and then when they got each other, they had a girl fit.
I drew the one out of the hat, and they were talking about like, well, who am I going to get partnered with? And I don't know. It's like, and I pulled the other one. I was like, well, I guess you're partnered together.
Yeah.
If you're gonna whine about it,
exactly.
So it wound up perfect because we wanted to keep it about 2 hours, and the first game lasted probably 45 minutes to an hour of Frogger, and then there was a little bit of a scuffle because we wanted to do Fire Truck, which is a 2-player game.
Yeah.
So it's like an old school black and white game, but like right when we were finishing up Frogger, something happened with the machine. Like the front steering wheel was acting weird, and Hat Trick was like had the control panel open, messing with it, and we're like, oh no, are we gonna be able to play it? But he was like right on top of it. I mean, within 15 minutes, he had it fixed.
I went to tell Barbie he was my partner. He asked me what the 2 games were, and I said Frogger Cocktail and Fire Truck. He's like, oh, I need to get someone to work on the steering wheel.
Oh, okay.
And so he went and called them to clean the steering wheel optics on it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So you got it running. And then that game is brutal, man. But I think like a world record happened. Who was it?
Time Runner.
Time Runner until.
Yeah, in Timer, yep.
That was insane because Time Runner didn't know what the hell was going on.
Right?
He had his foot on the floor until it just kept up.
390?
Right.
What did he get? 390?
Yeah, and there was like an ice level. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, it got all inverted like a computer space.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you went into bonus time. Yeah, inverted colors.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody was like, "What is this? Like the ice level or something?" Yeah. But I mean, it just blew away everyone else's score. I mean,
just a super fun game as well. I mean, great for 2 people, but then having the dynamic of everybody being there together and everybody getting to go. Yeah, it was perfect. Perfect fun game.
And because we talked about maybe doing Joust or some other ones, but those ones are kind of like bracketed games, and kind of the last hour before that, we were kind of like, do we want to mess with brackets or just kind of make it straightforward and simple like Frogger, So I think that's why.
So we're not going to do 8-player warlords then.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're doing that at your house, Joel.
Yeah, there you go.
I already decided we're doing that.
I do have a Frogger cocktail as well.
Ooh,
so we can maintain the tradition. We can keep it going.
Well, next year at Grinkers, if I can get out there, I'll bring my Invisible Frogger board out there if you guys want to play that.
Ooh. That would be an interesting one for sure. Yeah, so that I'd say it was a hit. you know, Nat was a hit. It was exactly what we intended it to be, just a social thing for people to have fun and laugh. You know, it's not like super drawn out for hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of perfect. And most, I'd say a lot of the people that played that didn't even really play the other tournament stuff. They were just there to socialize anyways.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, so that got us playing games too, you know.
Yeah, and I think like during the award ceremony, I asked people if they had a good time, and it seemed like we got a pretty good cheer of people who said that they enjoyed playing the Nat games too.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody left there that wasn't happy with everything. That's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was scrambling a little bit about an hour before the awards to get the scores totaled up. Because like the next morning, I'm like super hungover, like trying to start it. I'm like, I'll finish this later. And then like we just got caught up doing the group picture and all that other stuff. And
remember to pass it to the sober guy, Gak.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Pass it to the sober guy.
Hey, the sober guy took all the scores.
You did actually take
the second sober guy.
Keith, you helped out because I could barely read my own writing. so even like the night of, you know, you kind of took over the score tab, you know.
Yeah.
So I could read your writing. I couldn't really read my own.
Yeah, we lost a little track on Fire Truck. I mean, I think when we do it again, it'd be nice to get the games moved into the area that we were in with Frogger. It was a little hard to get the mob moved over. And then I was standing on the chair calling everybody's numbers out, trying to wrangle everybody.
Yeah.
I think we got to go directly to the next game, or even maybe have somebody else taking scores starting on the next. We can't do that because we got to rearrange.
I think there was a little bit of delay because Hat Trick was fixing.
True. I guess we would have started playing a couple minutes earlier instead of people wandering off. Oh, I'll go get a beer.
Yeah.
Or you could play blindfolded demo derby.
That game is hard enough when you can.
Yeah,
I know, right?
It's super hard.
Actually, what we really need, a stage with stadium lighting and top-down video cameras. and we just dolly the game on one at a time.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll do a Papa style next year.
Yeah. David Lope says to move him into the parking lot. And, you know, given how Steve puts things out in front of Grinkers, you could almost do that.
The games, yeah.
I know that was amazing to walk out and to be like, there's a tapper just sitting out front.
I have a picture of that tapper. That's funny. I took a photo outside.
Thursday night, I had to wheel him in for him at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uber, and he's like, Brad, can you? I was like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Buffett, I don't remember which day it was. If it was Friday or Saturday, it was raining out.
Yeah.
You remember Buffett?
That was. I think
last
that was
year.
Friday. No, it was this year.
It was this year.
But, no, it did rain. That's right. It rained on us on the way back to the hotel that night.
So
I forgot.
it was raining outside. Friday. There was some blankets on. There was like 3 games out back under a tree with blankets on them, and it was raining out there. And Buffett's like, you guys need to get these games in. You know, they're gonna get damaged. And I think shortly after that, Steve texted me. He went home to take a nap, and he's like, hey, I need a favor. You know, could you help coordinate get those 3 games in? So. I don't even remember who it was now. We started bringing in the games. What's that?
That was me.
Yeah. It was you, me, and there was 1 or 2 other people. I thought.
Who else? Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, got him in out of the rain. So
because that was the same night that drunkenly we were moving big blues around.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Alcohol and mixing 300-pound cabinets.
So unfortunately, Jimbo, the Street Fighter thing didn't quite work out, huh?
That was a relief, actually.
Yeah.
I was so out of it. I so didn't want to, because that was another, well, they were all late nights, but that was, we were just trying to get our fucking food, and then we're like, oh shit, we got the picture. And so we had to leave with our food.
That was after the 6
Well, because that was the morning we watched the sun come up, and then when Lane woke up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm texting Andrew. I'm like, hey, so you guys on your way? Pick group pictures in like 15 minutes.
We had just ordered our food. We're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And we ended up pushing it.
Yeah. But we showed up like 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's the most difficult challenge, I think. You know, everybody wants to do a group photo so we have something to look back on, right? You know, but getting the sunlight, the right time of day, getting everybody to where they're not hungover and missing out on the picture, you know,
or not eating lunch or not eating dinner.
Yes.
Who missed the
Yeah, so we
photo?
got there late.
It's like that every year, though. I mean, there's 2/3 or so of the people actually show up for the picture. It's just the way it is, you know.
I mean, I think we cleared out. I mean, I went through the whole place at least 2 or 3 times, and a couple other people helped. Hey, picture time. Hey, picture time. Hey, picture time.
Yeah, so with the Street Fighter, it was a big relief because I just finished eating. I was just kind of feeling okay. And like the last thing I want to do now is have to shout and organize something. And I'm like, I told Andrew, I'm like, I have a strange feeling that there's not going to be anyone like that's at this time that's going to want to gather around and play. And I'm like, I just have this weird feeling. And we walk inside, and it's just Mike and Isaac playing, who like I'm like
played the whole weekend.
Yeah, and I'm like, perfect. that's perfect. All right, I'm just going to call it, and then we just did our own thing. So
I even took time and got those monitors ready for you too.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad, burn it.
Oh no, I did. I did tell Steve that we didn't need 2. I said, he asked me, he's like, "Do you want this other one going? I'll pull the sticks off of the Neo Geo," and I'm like, "No, I don't think we'll need 2 at all. In fact, don't move it out here. I think we'll be just fine." And then that happened. And I'm like, good.
Yeah, well, no one showed up. I mean, everyone was on the schedule, and it was like we were standing over there in the corner. It's like no one showed up. So it's like, all right, I guess we'll just not make a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
I think next year it'd be nice to have a couple poster size schedules. Have one hanging up to the left of the door as you walk in, the inside door, and then one actually on the back of the door.
Size. That was the problem. We printed them out on 8.5 by 11s.
Yeah,
and there was probably 10 or 12 of them posted all over the arcade. Like me
and your boy were sticking them everywhere.
You did too. Yep.
But I think next year, I mean, we'll have a little more.
Yeah, it's either do poster size or do just a schedule for that day in really large font.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna do a poster, you could do both days on it.
Yeah, I mean that's another possibility too. Is like since we always do a poster with the logo, we could always do the poster with the logo and the schedule, and that's what you take home.
Yeah, could do that.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to have some as people are walking in the door, they're looking at it to the left as they open it up.
And before I forget, I do have to say a big thank you to DJ Flask out of Australia. So he's been wanting to go for the last several years. He promises me that he's in 100% for next year. And I can shame him if he doesn't. But
it's been there in Brofest for the last couple of years. Where he's
right. I understand though. That's a huge undertaking and a massive cost. Yeah. I mean, that's probably.
We'll make sure he gets a nice plastic trophy for being the longest traveler.
Right.
Be a distance award.
And he's always wanted to support and get shirts and stuff, and he pays extra to ship it out to him and all that. But he sent me Friday morning. He sent me $50, and he's like, "Hey, just for drinks, buy drinks, on me." So I'm like, "Sweet." So anybody I bought drinks for Friday night, that was on him actually. So I tried to say it, but I was a few in myself. So, but yeah, good times. So thank you. DJ Flask, Barry Scott, I believe is his name. So, yeah, I don't know if that's him. I think he might be going by Rod McLarge in the chat. I'm not sure. I always confuse him with someone else, and if that's him, how's it going? So
be sure and tell him Large Marge sent you.
Go.
Thanks for the beer, mate.
Yeah. So, I have a goodie package that's going out to him right now. So, hopefully gets there safe. Yep. So
I love the magnet, by the way. It's on my fridge right now.
That was cool.
The cards are awesome. I gotta say.
Yeah, actually, that's funny. No one actually really talked much about the cards. I
had multiple people talk about them, and they asked because I guess a few got because there was like 12 of them or something.
You should tell people what they are for the folks who couldn't make it. Because our swag bags were sweet this year.
Yeah, so Steve wanted to do, it was Steve's idea actually, I think, right, Andrew?
It was Steve's idea, yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to do kind of like a collector cards, just kind of like showing the 5 years of Grinkfest. So, you know, like group pictures, the banner logos.
Yeah, I think I was like
that.
He said something about doing trading cards, and I was like, dude, I have produced a ridiculous amount of artwork. And actually, I was thinking about the Brofest stuff, too, which obviously we didn't do. But, like, yeah, the ridiculous amount of artwork that's been done. It's like, let's do something more with this shit.
I have the cards at hand here. I can grab them. Hang on.
Yeah, nice. I can't find mine. I thought they were right here.
I got them right here, actually.
I got them right around here.
So, yeah, I got the cards right here. But, yeah, there's...
and they're all numbered.
So you did one, like, on Clint.
Yep.
Like this one here.
Clint.
And then one on Steve.
What?
I had to hunt down. I actually had to ask.
The Clint one. Here he's got a picture of Clint, and then it's got a little bit of story on him in the back there. And then the Steve, I think, was this the
that's you
too?
Yep.
So that was his badge, and then kind of a story about himself there.
For the true collector, you can
group photos here.
All the group photos, yeah, that I'm not in.
Yeah, that's what's really nice. Yeah, I really like that.
Could be photoshopped in all of them.
Next year they'll do a card just you.
The jumping Joel.
we should have a jumping Joel on a transparent card.
So this was
just an overlay.
This was the only picture that was survived from like the first year Grinkfest.
Yep.
Wow.
And there was maybe 30 to 40 people max there. This picture was taken like all the way at the end. It was probably 11 p.m. Saturday night. So in the blue jacket there, that's actually Aviana, I think.
It's all very blurry.
Oh, dude, the best version of that photo I could get was like super low, crappy resolution.
Yeah.
So that's the best I
could get a good resolution on this one either. And then I can see. So in the 720 shirt, that's Steve. That's Torin, and that's Frizzle Fred and his wife. I'm right there. That's Clint, Aviana.
How young and beautiful we all were.
Right. Yeah. How we've aged going to Grinkfest. So yeah, definitely cool. I mean, it's kind of a neat thing to kind of put this all in a. I'll put it in a picture frame, I think.
That's going to be like
it was great. Wanted to do that.
The first ever Comic-Con photo in time, you know.
Right. So,
Clint is so handsome.
So yeah, we talked about doing, because I think we had 2 or 3 stickers last year.
Yeah.
And this year, I think maybe Steve suggested that too. He's like, why don't we just do one of the magnets like he already does? And we're like, sweet, that's perfect. We haven't done that before.
It was a nice swag bag, actually. There's all kinds of goodies in it.
It was.
So the
cups came out pretty nice too. Yeah.
The cups turned out better than they ever have before. They look.
Yeah. So we got the 2-color on the front.
Those would be amazing pint glasses.
Yeah. So next year we may do something special with the cups. We're working on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Yep.
We might use real plastic next year.
Did we announce it?
Yeah.
So you might want to be a VIP next year. That's all we're saying.
Yeah. We got to start it early. We probably got to start it earlier, Andrew.
Yes, we do.
We do. The hard part's not starting early. It's getting the design and the concept done.
Part of the juggle there is to get the artwork ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and Andrew and I talked to Steve too, and so I guess I'll just say it's official. We will be hosting next year officially. So kind of Andrew and myself kind of representing our group, but it's all of us. It's the Arcade Hangout group hosting.
Oh, wow.
So, not going to really be much of a change from Andrew and myself.
But we'll be relying on you guys.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Right. That means we've got to all do some work now.
It was so freaking awesome, though. I mean, I can't say it enough. Like what Mock and Keith did with the trophies.
Yeah.
That made this shit legit this year.
The actual trophies were amazing.
Those trophies.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Good.
And we kept those a secret too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Steve was really set back by that too. He's like, "Wow, man, that is so cool," So thank you guys for doing that. So it's a lot of love that goes into it, extra hours to make that happen. So, but that's what this is about. I think is our community that kind of like we all get together and make it a good time. So
I don't want to overcommit. But
Absolutely.
Just maybe next year, everything will maybe made of solid gold.
Or maybe not.
Hey, it might come out of a can, but it'll be solid.
Yes, exactly.
Can.
Wow. Well,
Yeah, so
exciting.
we did. There were so many prizes too. I mean,
I know.
I
Brad and I
put my
kept pulling
glasses on
tables.
here.
We kept robbing tables and we kept robbing tables. Hey, you using this table? We're taking this table.
Yeah.
I felt like I was cheating by sneaking into the world record people when Steve was like, "Hey, all world record people could take a prize." I'm like, "No one gives a shit about eyes." But
So
I was already standing there though, so why not?
So, I just kind of generic said thank you to all the sponsors there, but I'd like to kind of go through the list if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
So like this whole game, of course, what they do with the shirts, the print they do on the back of our shirts, they actually do that free of charge as part of their sponsorship. So that helps give us money to do other things from the VIP money. And then Ian Kellogg, he did about $300 worth of vouchers for various cat kits and whatnot.
Shut the fuck up, Jim.
Our group, the Arcade Hangout, of course, Keith and Mock, you guys helped a lot with the trophies. Andrew and myself did a lot behind the scenes, making things happen. So, Crafty Mech, he had a TPG and a bit kit,
And
right?
a bit kit, yeah.
Yep.
And so, Orange Whip, who got those? You remember?
The bit kit went to Matt Hall.
I didn't see who grabbed the TPG.
The TPG went to the guy from here who was in his van the entire day Saturday.
Oh.
We were talking about the van guys. We couldn't figure out who it was.
I missed that. I'm not sure who you're talking about.
The two guys from Canada.
The two guys from Canada. There was two young guys. Hung, who's in the chat as Exedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
His friend Mike.
Okay. Yep.
XAED, right?
Yeah, and his friend Mike and
Egg sandwich.
Egg sandwich. There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Mike was so gone on the Friday night that he didn't leave his van. He slept in his van the entire day.
Nice day.
He was sitting in the middle of the crowd, just like doubled over next to him.
He couldn't
the awards.
He couldn't even come up with a
We
photo.
kept cheering every time his eyes started to close. At the bar, we were watching him, cheering him. It's like, whoa.
All right, so I'm gonna keep going down the list here. Then Easy Coin Up. So John JWHN, John the Dave
Walter White.
Buffalo's buddy. Yeah,
Walter White.
Yeah. So he's an awesome guy. He loves to party. He's very social. I don't think he plays much, but that's all right. He's just down to have a good time. So love you, buddy. He gave in 10 of his coin ups. I think we did them in maybe 2 packs of 5, so like $50 value each.
Yeah.
I had no idea who grabbed those, but I would have loved to grab one myself. But and then Golden Age, Ken. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it. We were really trying to get him to make it. Orange Whip, you know about that too.
Yep.
Just kind of the last minute stuff happened. He was not able to make it, but I really hope that he can make it. He's. I kind of feel like a Buffett level there. Like when I see him, I'm going to give the guy a big giant hug. So I hope
he
hope
was
gets to
promising
make it
for
sometime.
next year.
Yeah. So and then Slick Nick, he's always supported stuff, various stickers and arcade related goodies. So thank you for that. DK Remix, DK Junior Remix. Does anybody know who got that kit? By chance?
No.
No, there was a high score Mario save also.
The guy who
Right,
came in
that-
third place in the main got that.
Okay. So and then he had a couple of T-shirts too.
Yeah, he had 2 T-shirts and the junior.
And then you'd mentioned the D2K kit, I think, Keith.
There's a Mario. There's a Mario.
So that
high score
those came
save kit.
from Frizzle
Ass
Pride,
Hats. Yep.
part of the
Okay.
Ass Hats Anonymous, right? AHA. So that group.
Yeah, that actually, I think it was Fritz that like kind of put that together, but it was all the
Yes.
guys at Ass
Yes,
Hats who. Yeah, so all of Ass Hats really sponsored
Yes.
their sponsorship.
And
Which
they
is
had
really
two
awesome
$50
because-
gift certificates each.
Yeah, two $50 gift certificates to high score saves, right?
And they brought
So, I mean, that's
the
awesome too. I mean, those guys, they have nothing to gain.
No.
Really, they just want to be part of the group.
Yeah.
It's not what do they have to gain? You know, are they promoting? Are they going to make money out of it? No, they just want to be part of the scene and support. You know, so.
And
so
John,
also,
I think he gave us the metal signs from Hobby Lobby too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was probably $200 or $300 for the goodies there.
Easily a large sponsor.
So yeah, thank you guys, ass hats.
Huge.
So and then Drewster at 8-Bit Pit, he had, I think, a bunch of side art and marquees and I'm trying to remember all what he had. He had a bunch of stuff too, though, which was really cool.
I didn't see his prize pool.
Some posters, posters. Because I think he last year or two ago he had like a massive warehouse raid where he got a bunch of new old stock stuff.
Yeah, it was, it was new Galaga side art. It was a bunch of posters and some marquees.
Yeah, so Drewster, that was awesome too. Thank you. I skipped over this little game though. Not only did they just do the shirts, they put in a bunch of stuff too. Like there was a Discitron lenticular marquee. I mean, that's like $100+ for that.
And a Missile Command.
Missile Command marquee and shirts and stuff. So.
And Kendra's pride and joy was the Donkey Kong coasters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
custom made Donkey Kong coasters.
There's actually a story she told. I met with them on this weekend. There was 2 of them that they made. One went as a prize to Brofest. The other one they were keeping, and they decided to give that to Grinkers as a prize this year.
Oh wow! Wow, yeah. Awesome. So, and then of course, our beloved the arcade buffet. Geez, was there probably 10 cap kits or something? I don't even know. There was a bunch of them.
I think it was 9. I think.
So we're talking like $500 for the stuff. I mean, that's like the biggest sponsor there, right?
Now, did they come over on carry-on or were they shipped?
I think you shipped them to
Andrew. He shipped them to me. Yeah,
right.
He was trying to. He already knew at that point that he was coming, but the son of a bitch.
So I got 2 more left. So Arcade Crusade, that's Matroid. He did the light boxes, which were really cool. I mean, everybody loves those. He did there was a Grinkers logo one, a Grinkfest 5 logo one, and then what was the third one? A different Grinkers logo. I think there's 2 different Grinkers logos.
There was. I know Kaylin got one of those for sure. I can't remember who took the other 2.
I'm super jealous. Like the sign that you put together, Gak. Dude, I took I don't know how many pictures of that thing when I was walking around on Sunday when everything was like chill in there. I was like, God damn, this thing is fucking awesome.
That was really cool.
Tears went into that one. So one last one I wanted to mention here. So arcade parts.
And
I can't read. It's too
That's
small.
Peter.
Arcade parts and repair. So Peter is his name, and he goes by Security 001, I think, on KLV.
Awesome.
Yep.
Definitely a cool guy. I never met him or talked to him. He went there last year, I believe, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him last year. So Andrew and I made a point to go up to him and talk to him and thank him this year. So really awesome. He did $300 for this stuff also. And
that's what I grabbed.
There you go. I think I might have snagged one of those too, actually. I got some right here.
I hung out with he and his wife a bit on, I don't know, one of the nights, Friday or Saturday. They're really good people. Like, I really enjoyed talking with them and hanging out with them.
It's super smart. I mean, it was above my head. You guys started talking about various flybacks and whatnot, soldering stuff.
Like monitor repair. I'm out.
Yep.
This is too technical for my state.
I hear Cap Kit and the rest is like. I
hung out with him long enough for his wife to buy me a beer, so she brought back.
Nice.
Mission accomplished.
And he was really excited to be part of it this year too, and he sent us a couple emails about it. So thank you again to Peter for that. So yeah, that was all our sponsors. And Andrew, like you said, the sign I did, that was. The artwork on that was donated by This Old Game.
Yep.
Andrew, you did the actual artwork, and
that was custom for that one too.
Yep, exactly.
We used a modified version of that for Matroid, but like basically that was just for that sign.
Right. Yep.
If you guys didn't know, I took a video of that. I put it up on my YouTube channel. I said it to Steve. when you guys presented the sign.
Oh, did you? Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. It's like 2 minutes or something.
So I'll just show this kind of. This gives you an idea of some of the custom parts that were made. So this was a sheet metal surround that held the bulbs on it. So I did all that in 3D model, and then programmed the sheet metal parts they made, so you kind of see the profile there. So it was the corners all met up. That was all JB welded together, all custom made. I made enough for 2, so
Wow.
I'm gonna have my own custom one in the garage at some point. But yeah, definitely a one-off. That's the only one in existence, the one he has, other than mine, which will be different. So, but yeah.
Next, you're going to start fabricating Forgotten World spinners, right?
Yeah, right? Actually, cloak and dagger control panels is my next plan. So,
yeah.
Carrie. Oh, she can't hear me.
Yeah.
So, what was I going to say? Shit.
Penis?
I don't remember now. So backing up, when Andrew first kind of came up with the art concept of this, because it's the 5-year mark of Grinkfest, we thought was kind of like a landmark, like that's a big deal.
The next big one will be the 10.
Right?
So, how many times have I fucking heard that this weekend or that weekend? so Andrew, like off in the corner of the arcade, you hear 10.
Right. so Andrew, you basically came up with the art concept, and you're like, let's do something that celebrates, the origins of Grinkers.
Yeah.
Which is the 20 Grand Palace, which is Grinker's Grand Palace, and so you came up with that whole art scheme, and I'm like, dude, that's what I want to do. I want to do a scale model of that original display with the chase lights on it, but honestly, I'm like, it's gonna be a lot of freaking work, and it really came down to the wire. I mean,
you were putting together that morning. You were leaving.
Yeah. So I didn't get the marquees until Tuesday night, and I was leaving Wednesday at about 1 p.m. to head out to Idaho. So I needed to fit all the parts together Wednesday morning. It took me 4 or 5 hours Wednesday morning. Wow. I literally finished right before my son got home. And then we packaged everything up and hit the road. So it was kind of like everything went perfectly together, So good times. Yep.
I was telling everyone that underneath, because you had it covered up, and everyone was asking, "What is that thing that's on the post or whatever?" I was telling them it's a mailbox.
Right? Yeah, I heard somebody say mailbox. Yeah. And Andrew, you're my right hand man, bros forever, right?
All right, I don't know where this is going.
We're kind of we're sending.
I've seen where you put your right hand.
So I'll send you pictures of stuff when I'm working on it, and that helps motivate me though. I got to be honest, I'm like, fuck, am I gonna get this done? Oh, let me send the picture to Andrew, and he'll say keep it up, dude, and then I'll keep going. So
that fucking sucks. Scrap that right now.
Start over.
Start over.
I think the closest came was oh, you fucking powder coated that? It was oh no.
No, I didn't. You're like, did you powder coat that? I'm like, no, sorry. I can't even see that shit indoors anyway. It's brown,
I was just ask him next time, what's plan B?
Yeah.
What's your backup plan?
Yeah. So yeah, we already have dates locked into. I kind of coordinated that with Steve right before our group photo. I'm like, let's just lock in the date and we'll tell everybody. So it's always the middle of October. So we just picked
12th and 13th.
Yeah. So Friday's the 12th, Saturday's the 13th, and most people will show up on the 11th. So mark your calendars, 2018, October 11th through 13th. So.
And the 11th is special. We should mention that's Steve's birthday.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Yeah. So you guys know that. Yeah. That.
Everybody bring cake.
He turns 25.
Nice, Griffin.
Thank you to Chris and Andrew for organizing again this year, and for everyone for helping out, all the sponsors.
Yeah, totally. And that includes all you guys too. I mean, you and Keith, Leo, you, Keith, and Orange Whip and Mock, you know, you guys kept running around like setting up signs, you know, and organizing the table. All that stuff makes a difference. I mean, I can only handle so much. Andrew can only handle so much. So. Yeah, it's a group effort. We're the
arcade hangout. It went really well. Everybody did a good job and pitched in where they could.
Yeah, you know,
I got a lot of comments from people afterwards saying that how smooth it all went this year.
Yeah.
Huh.
And you know, Andrew, you know, this was, I'm sure this was kind of drunk talk, Andrew, but you know, Steve pulled us aside and he's like, you know, I do these corporate events where they're, you know, we're dealing with like millions of dollars accounts.
Oh, you were talking about that in the back.
He's like, I haven't seen this kind of thing out of those people. What you guys do, you know, and it's like, cause our heart's in it, you know. Because we love doing it, and it's part of our community. So.
Yeah, what we do for a few $100s, he says, is like a $20,000 kind of event,
right?
Mm-hmm. Or more.
Well, people care. That's why.
Yep.
Well, and our time is free.
Free.
Yeah, but anyway, I had a lot of great beers. Thank you for everyone who.
So what was everybody's tab?
Staff's beers.
Well, yeah, Andrew and I talked about that earlier. So I think honestly, I probably only actually bought maybe 3 or 4 beers Thursday night. Just people kept bringing them up to me. You know,
I bought none Thursday night. I bought a sandwich.
Right. So you know, Thursday night I pretty much did nothing, hardly anything. Now Friday night I bought a bunch for a bunch of people, and then Saturday, because I never had a tab before this year. All the prior years, I just do cash only. It's like I didn't want to worry about it. But I did a tab this year. And so Saturday, I don't know, a little while after our group photo, I was like, I'm worried about, you know, forgetting because I'll drink too much and forget to get my card or whatever, you know. So I'm like, I'm going to close out my account and just pay cash from here on out. So at somewhere around 5 or 6 p.m. Saturday, when I closed my tab, I think it was around $51. And then I did a $50 tip. So.
Well, so and that was you paying for Seth, and Seth was like,
he was getting quarters left and right.
Oh no, that wasn't on the tab.
Oh, it was on the tab. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, he probably got $50 in cash from me just for quarters. Yeah. He played enough for both of us, though.
I think I won for the Denver crew because my tab was $44, and I gave him $100.
Nice. I think my tab was 107 actually, which kind of got away from me. But yeah, that was a little.
Yeah, you were buying a lot of rounds for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah. I remember on Thursday, I was watching the baseball game, and I was just kind of sitting there for a while, and I got up and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is like you whenever like get it like like oh this is gonna be a rough walk home." So yeah,
like a water bed.
I remember like it was Thursday night, which was a rough night. But Thursday night, at some point, like walking back to the bar with like a half a beer, going, I can't drink.
Oh no! You put it down. You said, "Yeah." I remember you put it down. And said, if I finish that half, I'm done.
I'm done. I was like, at that point, I was going through my head. I was like, dude, you went too far. You're
drunk. This is not the proper approach.
If I drink this, I'll be drunk. Nice.
Although actually, I got to say, like, I think Brad mentioned it a few minutes into the podcast, but I would say like one of my favorite moments was on Friday night. It was after Carrie had arrived, so it was the end of the night. At some point, Steve's staff was like, they were trying to shut the place down. We were closed. It was a private party at that point. And Steve said something about like, you know, I don't know. I ended up behind the bar. I'm pretty sure it was because Steve was saying that he wanted his staff to like finish their closeout duties, but he still wanted to pour beer.
You're pouring beer.
And I ended up playing bartender for like 2 hours, just like.
Oh, really?
He said he would be back in 10 minutes and showed up like 20 minutes, half hour later.
Yeah, and I was
sitting right there when you did that.
Pouring beers, and then at some point, I remember I grabbed the pot of gold, and I was like running down the bar trying to get tips from everyone for the.
Is this not? Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, but I think like after 2 a.m. they aren't allowed to charge for beers.
No, they have to. So at that point, it has to be a private party, which it was. And they
so beers are quote unquote free at that point, right?
And we were quote unquote
right?
drunk off our ass. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I was so confused.
right?
Yeah, air quotes and all.
I was confused on the time when Carrie got there. I thought it was like midnight, and then Leo's like, "You're not leaving." No, I left, and then Leo's like, "You're not leaving." I'm like, "Dude, I'm done. I gotta
Dave,
go."
you were funny on Friday.
So I get I see the text he sends me a text, and he says, "Leo's like, you pussy."
Focused.
He goes, "You get back here, or I'm gonna pee on you."
Oh,
Is that Luap? Is that Luap behind me on the left side?
Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
Right there.
the big
Yeah,
top.
might be whoa.
Actually,
It got dark in there. They shut off the lights.
the photo that I liked the best, at some point I realized that someone had I think they had my phone but I had this picture that I posted around
Oh,
There it goes.
that I posted around, and at that point it was like with Steve, and then the bartender that had been taking care of us all night was like threw her hands up behind us.
that's
all
all
right.
right.
Photobomb.
Pouring a Bud Light there and or Coors Light.
Yeah.
It was weird. This is the first year ever that I was telling Andrew, I'm like, I know that you guys usually close this place down, but I've never been the last person out of here like 3 consecutive nights in a row.
That's what we do. Come on.
That's commitment. Right there.
That keeps
I
going.
think it's once you get to Grinkers, you just stay at Grinkers until they kick you out.
Yep.
And we did that every night.
Kick you out.
On Friday night, I had to ask the girls to open the door to let me out because I was the last patron out of there on Friday night. It was just me and the girls left. That was
the
it.
original
Gone.
sign? Wow. Sign. I think my favorite moment of the weekend was watching the girls team on Nat.
Play Frogger.
Sylvia and Varney together, and
What a matchup that was.
slowly but surely, painfully, we are slowly increasing the female participation
Right.
in the events. So,
Well, look at Bree.
yeah. So, I mean,
That's a good point. Like, aside from Viana, like, I don't think we really have any. I mean, like, Sylvia and Vani never play the tournament games.
Right.
they played
We got them involved in that one. That's a step in the right direction. It shows how approachable our goofy tournament is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Definitely. And the more I think the more female participation we can get in the hobby and in the events, then the better. Because it's more fun for everybody. Good. It was good.
Because really, it is a social thing the way we're doing it. So.
Yeah.
Here's my kid playing Slither.
Well, I thought that was a girl.
Well, you did.
Talking about girls, and he
Pictures
posted
during the
picture of
female
it.
conversation.
That's awesome.
I loved watching Whip's little boy running around. He's got his stool, and he was genuinely
booking.
pumped to be in that arcade. I mean, I desperately try and get my kids involved in the arcade, and they like coming down. They'll sit inside the Star Wars cockpit, or they'll hit the flippers on the pinball. But your boy Whip, I mean, he was pumped to be there, and he's just. I watched him, and he was running from machine to machine, and he'd stop in front of one, and he'd look at it, he'd check it out, and he'd be like, nah. Go on to the next one. Oh, this one. He throws the little step stool down, and I mean, he was, assessing each game and if you wanted to play it or not. It was kick ass.
Dave, I'm sure they're gonna get to talking about that game.
No. That's just private with Leo and I.
And there was a funny moment actually with your wife, Brad. So like your son went running by. He almost hit me in the legs with his step stool.
The legs.
And then she just looked at me. She's like, "Sorry." She's like exhausted. She's like chasing after him in the arcade. She's like, "I can't keep up."
Did you all like the DVDs I was able to get most of you?
Yes.
Yeah, those are cool.
I've already added it to my collection. Thank you.
And
what's
what's his name again?
Bill Carlton.
Bill Carlton. And he actually did the Zero Screen. Is that the same guy?
Yes.
Yes.
Band, right?
You did there live, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that video too.
And
is that up on your channel,
was
Buffett? Or is that something you can post on your channel, Buffett?
As long as I don't get flagged for all the copyrighted music.
Oh, right. Or if you could post it privately, I'd love to watch that.
Yeah, I can post it privately and send you guys links.
Awesome. Please. Thank you.
Yep.
That was another thing that, I think Steve just kind of like made up on the fly, which was really cool when we were doing the awards. Yeah. It's like, okay, we went through all 30 people. There's still prizes, and Steve's like, all right, raise your hand if you've gotten a, world record kind of thing,
Or kill screen.
And so,
yeah,
kill screens. Yeah, so that was really cool.
Another funny thing about that, when he was getting ready to do that, I was running around to everybody I could find going, there's a Missile Command kill screen coming up.
Yeah. Earlier, yeah. Yes, I remember
that. Buffett, I have to say my least favorite of thing that happened during Grinkers this year had to be mostly I was impressed by your breakfast. Holy fuck! You trying to make at the table sweet tea?
Tell the story. I don't know the story. I want to hear it.
It's a visual thing, so Orange, you might have to have him present.
Who's presenting? Andrew?
Oh, I don't know.
I want to hear this.
All right, so we go to breakfast on Friday morning. It's been a long night on Thursday night, and I get this text from GAC. Carrie's not here yet. I asked Jim, "Hey, dude, you want to go get breakfast?"
I'm like, fuck you, I'm sleeping.
Jim's like, nah, not even close. So, and that was at like 10:30 or something like that. So I was like,
not even close.
1:30. I slept till 1:30 on Friday.
Yeah. So I walk over to the griddle, I think it is, and I meet up with it was myself, GAC, Buffett, Man-O-Man,
my son Seth,
your son Seth, and then there's one other dude. Was it Jacklick?
Yes, Jacklick.
Yeah, he was there with us. Yeah.
All right. So the six of us, right? We sit down for breakfast, and Buffett, the waitress asks us what we want to drink. Buffett wants sweet tea, which of course we're not in the fucking South. We're about as far from the South as you can get. And he wants sweet tea, and I'm like, dude, they're not gonna have sweet tea here. And it's like all they have is iced tea.
Terrible.
Terrible. So yeah, terrible for all of us. So
and Andrew's like hungover as hell right now. Right? You're hungover as hell right now.
I'm just holding it together. I just want to eat something because that's gonna make me feel better, right? It's like just give me some food and then I'll be fine. So Buffett orders an iced tea, and then he puts about 1/8 of a cup of sugar in it,
easily,
and a fork. And he starts spinning it around.
And it wasn't hot tea where it melts in, so you just got to
no.
Yeah.
So it'll never fucking melt. So let me demonstrate in the glass here with a screwdriver. So this is what I hear hungover as fuck.
For like 5 minutes straight.
And it doesn't stop. I'm going to keep doing this through the whole story.
And then Andrew looks over at me.
I'm sitting here across the table from Buffett. And
he looks over at me.
Punch you in the face.
And I look over at Chris while he's doing this shit for the 4th or 5th time, right? Because he puts the fucking, and he gets it to the point where it's like it's all evenly distributed. 1/8 of a cup of sugar distributed in like 12 ounces of iced tea. He downs it and then orders another one.
Here we go again.
Your face right now is classic.
Eye twitch.
And after the 3rd one, I look over at Gak and I'm like, dude.
His eye was just all twitching out.
Can I kill Buffett? Is that allowed?
I'm such a happy, non-violent kind of person, but I'm gonna fucking punch you in the throat.
Yeah, that was great.
If you don't fucking stop with the, it's not gonna work. It's never gonna work.
Yeah, it will not.
There's no.
The sugar will not melt into that tea.
It did too. I made it dissolve, Dad, Brennan.
No, dude, that looked like you just poured a bunch of fish food in there and spun it up. It was like it was just particles of sugar floating around in that thing. That you just drank it so fast, maybe it worked for you, but that was not melted sugar.
A twitch in your eye, I'm like, oh shit, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad to see Buffett. I'm gonna fucking kill him right now.
Why don't you just skip the tea and go straight to the sugar?
Yeah.
Sorry, but I like my sweet tea.
I understood where you're going with it. I get it, dude. It's like they don't have it. You order something else.
And by the way, Buffett, I haven't tried it yet, but I already talked to my wife and said, all right, we got to figure out some dish that's going to use this. I don't know how many of the rest of you guys
I've been using the Old Bay.
Yeah, the Old Bay.
Yeah.
I used it on some salmon the other night.
Dude,
I think Buffett had like a case of Old Bay.
Yeah.
It reminded me, the little tin that I got reminded me of the fake food that with the fake kitchen set me and my sister had when we were little kids. It had these little food props that are just like, plastic, and it reminded me exactly of.
Or it looked like it came on an MRE.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Those tins, you don't see those anymore. That's like a little collector item.
I
There.
gave it a tin.
You gotta put Old Bay on that.
Those were new old stock. You got them in a warehouse raid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the post that I did on the Slack? It was a couple days later that someone posted on Reddit. And it was on the front fucking page of Reddit. And someone was like had their tin of Old Bay, and it was like,
good until some year, right?
It was like famous since for the last 75 years, and the next one was like famous for the last 80 years, and it was like, well, it took them 5 years to get through this fucking tin.
Right. Yeah.
Now, Andrew, do you find which is best, the Gold Bond or the Old Bay?
Dude, I
think Old Bay is gonna kind of hurt a little on the nether region.
Anything with old in front of it probably isn't the best for you.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some kind of spice action going on down there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Gold Bond.
Yep.
But yeah, seriously, if you guys haven't put
Old Bay.
Old Gold Bay.
Old Gold Bay. If you haven't put Old Bay on French fries, then you got to do it. You got to do it. Try it.
I will try that
instead of salt. Yeah.
And I still have a couple of these left over from the weekend, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop one up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm joining you.
I've got one. I took one of our leftovers back. Oh, actually, I took one of the blue ones too. By the way, those blue ones taste worse than the red ones.
Oh,
they taste.
That must be like the recovery the next day after, right?
Weren't those like the super N2O?
No, so the red ones are the night before. The blue ones are a boost in the morning.
Oh, okay.
They taste like
It's got a little
caffeine.
caffeine. I took it one day at work. I had brought it into work because I was feeling pretty rough. When was this? It was one of the days I was sick shortly after Grinkers. And it tastes like dirt. Like it's really like the red ones are refreshing by comparison.
They should call that one "Never Too Hungover Morning Glory."
Well, the problem is you're drinking the red ones when you're drunk. So what the fuck can you taste anyway? The blue ones, everything's all like.
And all right, so Leo, I got to do a quick thank you. All the awesome Treehouse beer you gave me. Thank you. And I could not believe you gave me this one, because you said, and I looked it up. There's people selling this for like $60 for one can.
Yeah, and Gak's gonna drink it drunk right now.
Wait, was that
two of them?
Was that in our fridge in the hotel?
Yes, it was.
Oh, fuck.
So Adam, I told Adam.
Dave, says the man that drinks Coors Light.
Yeah.
Bud Light.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong
He's
with
got
you?
dignity.
Same difference.
Sacrilegious right there.
So I'm like, Do I have to like save this for like a special moment?
No, drink that shit.
Yeah, some kind of death.
Oh,
or birth.
We had so much beer in our refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told Adam, who he actually drove it back, the beer. I'm like, let's just split it up. And he's like, oh, I don't really like those, dark stouts or whatever this is. And I'm like, well, I don't really care for them either. But I'm like, God damn, I'm going to try it for $50 a can.
A can.
And I looked it up, and they're actually like $60 a can. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
No beer's worth that.
I mean, that's like that's like 1.2 Buffets right there. I'm holding,
Wine is cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Leo, but you got that locally. What do you pay for that locally? You're just where you are. Is that?
It's like $5.
He'll announce it off.
$4 to $5 a can. Yeah.
That's it, and it goes for 60 because everyone wants it because it's limited production.
They made it once, and it was 4 cans per person. Yeah, they made it once. Yeah. And it sold out within like 3 hours, I think it was.
Oh, Leo,
I found some Dave porn.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
Dave's gonna tear.
Get there.
Dave's got a tear going down his eye.
That's like
I thought
that's like
I thought it said up in the left-hand corner. I thought it said circumcised.
The thing you don't see in that photo is that truck had actually crashed into a truck full of fire escapes.
Oh, I love it. I'm trading a fire escape for a tapper. Leo, my friend, at a Genius, I should get a custom-made tapper with Bud Light.
Bud Light. Blue and white.
Oh yes, like just a little logo and even the handles.
That's complete the arcade. And someone could probably hack the sprites, I bet, on the game.
I actually,
I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard.
I have the artwork. I have the artwork for the Budweiser because I had to make some for myself because someone was charging stupid money for them. Mm-hmm. So maybe I could adjust if I can find that. I could adjust it.
Well, Gak, your son got that stupid high score on that game that no one could touch the whole weekend.
Yeah, he would not stop playing it.
We fucking played all day.
On Sunday.
The Colorado crew played all day on Sunday.
Like, I think I paid for like a tenth of that machine that weekend. I'm like stop playing. We need to save up and buy one for ourselves.
Oh, Dave's at the.
I saw a sneak peek of a picture there.
There it is, Dave.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Wow.
That's a really pretty one right there. I'm looking at it.
Nice.
If I were to want to purchase a machine like that, where could I find one?
I know it's right now. There's a waiting list like for the new iPhone.
There's people camped outside of his house right now, in tents and just lined up for.
This thing has been blowing up.
Was that a Nexus 7? Oh.
Yeah. Well, Dave, when the conversation goes, all right, I'm going to show you this, but don't tell anybody. And then I hear you 5 minutes later, I'm going to show you this, don't tell anybody.
No, I know mine. That's I should have had I was going to have fire escape, and on the back says, don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
There's a wolf, but don't cry wolf.
He's wearing a fucking t-shirt with his phone number on it.
The housekeeper that cleaned our hotel room was like, "Oh, you're the one that has the fire escape?" When talking to Dave,
That's good, Leo. That's great. That's good.
That's not quite the right accent, but go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yo quiero fire escape.
It's all good. It's all good. It was fun, and I love seeing people playing it. And I'm like, I worked on this machine, and I'm like,
it's a cool game. Also, I remember you, Dave. I remember you.
I rode in the damn bus from the airport with no beer involved. You better remember me.
Yeah. That's right. We all rode together.
Yeah, it was because I called the hotel and I'm like, I forgot what. Oh, I'm just I'm just confirming. I just want to make sure I got the right spot. Oh yeah, you're Steve Weston. I'm like, Well, no, I know him. Is he? I'm like,
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Steve's not in. I should duck out so Steve can get in here. Is he home yet?
oh,
Mock?
He's not home yet.
Yeah. He went out to dinner, I think.
Does Steve need to jump in? Because I was probably gonna head to bed. I got a work.
He's
thing
not.
tomorrow.
He's not around yet.
We're
Otherwise,
tired
I
of
would have
can't listen to me anyways.
So, Leo, a quick side
He's
story.
not gonna sneak.
A coworker of mine that he actually hired me at the company I'm at. Been there almost 12 years. He made a trip to Boston and New York around the same time that Grinkfest happened, and he went to Treehouse. I was like, dude, if you're out there, you have to check out Treehouse. And so he went there, and he bought like, I don't know, 20 cans of beer or something, and he brought them back, and he's like, all right, so here, you can have these if you want. And I'm like, dude, I already have more than that. And I'm like, don't take any offense to this, but keep it. I appreciate it. But, I already got the hookup. So he's like, what? I traveled all the way out there.
Yeah. Hey, well, it's a good place to be. Yeah, I remember when I got on the shuttle to go from the airport to the hotel and was like, oh, your name's Leo. It's like, yeah, I think you have a couple of packages. I'm like, all right, here we go. Here we go. Good to know.
So why didn't I stay at the hotel?
Bonus.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
all this beer.
Thursday we got to do a couple of beer pairings. So hopefully in the next few weeks I'll come out with those videos. So
don't throw your hands up.
Leo and I did a couple of beer and game pairings. So we'll see if I can get those done.
That's right. And Yak, I have your camera holder as well too. I gotta send that to you.
Oh, did I leave that? I couldn't find it. It's the bendable legs.
Yeah,
well,
I thought I had called
Nothing
you.
wrong with some bendable legs.
Yes, very
no
much
worries.
so.
I mean, that thing cost me like $10 or something. So whatever. Don't worry about it. Next time we'll figure it out. No worries.
Jim's legs bend all the way back.
If only those beds weren't so squeaky, right? Andrew?
It was really distracting, honestly.
It was. You could like breathe and it would go. Oh my god!
Started off with a bounce. And then
that's what the beds at Brofest. Like every time we've gotten like an Airbnb or a cabin or something, I swear that's like the common. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Jim, you have to tell a story that Mock told me the day after when Carrie got there, and then you guys were doing shots and you lost your phone. And Mock's telling me this that Buffett's driving you around and you couldn't remember. I was dying laughing. He was telling because
I could not.
6 in the morning.
You were so drunk.
Dude, I got the two pocket dials.
It doesn't help that it's like 4 in the morning. It's like ridiculously late too. So you got the fatigue on top of the drunkenness.
Yeah.
And boy, where did I even begin?
Yeah, that was Friday night because I was pouring beers when that was going on.
Friday night.
I got into the airport and I found the place we were staying. And
yeah, we met up with you.
Right, and it was like 12:30, and I was like, oh,
yep.
They're happy.
Oh yeah, we had shots. Then
we went back
over
and then had shots, which is where you left your fucking phone there.
That's right. Yes.
Yep.
And as we were
right on the table.
Yeah, as we were leaving, you even said, "Oh, I left my phone plugged in on the charger. Oh, that's okay. I don't need it," or something like that. So,
and you know what? I remember saying that too. But it's an interesting thing about booze and time and being tired. At some point, it's like my short-term memory with the alcohol, the shot, everything I caught up, and it's just like we're just gonna forget that whole thing with the phone and. Hey, oh shit! I don't have my phone, and panic, and mind you, and I know that Carrie said that at least said it a few times, but more than a few apparently. That she kept reminding me, you left your phone back at the place, and I just could not. I'm like, no, I
can't find my phone. That's it.
It's not in my pocket.
My phone is gone.
And then,
my phone.
Then finally, I'm like,
I think Leo's cutting out real quick. So Leo,
Talk to y'all next week.
All right,
let's hang out there.
Have a good week.
Later.
Later.
Bye, Leo.
Keith, see, are you leaving too?
Toodles.
Oh no, you're saying night to Leo.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Mock, you can get in now. So anyways, finally I'm like, I accept that my phone is probably back at our place, but I need it now. You know, like, I don't know, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to lose something and I need to be sure that's there or whatever. And mind you, our B&B is about the same distance as a Hilton is, just in the other direction. So it's not that far. And I've been walking to Grinkers up until that point. So like, I have the map in my head of walking there, but I didn't pay any attention to streets and anything like that. And anyways, Buffett's like, I could drive you over there. I'm like, all right, let's go. we get into the car, and I'm like, I have no idea where we're going. And then I'll check the wait, I'll just plug it in. I'll plug it in on my phone. Oh wait, I don't have my phone because that's what we're going to go get. So like, we just drove around aimlessly for like half an hour, and I'm like, I give up, dude. I'm so sorry. This is stupid. Let's just go back. And anyways, so we get back, and I'm just like,
well, and at one point, like, you guys called me on my phone. I had like pocket dials from you guys driving around.
No, it wasn't pocket dial. We're trying to get the address from you.
Oh,
I
didn't fucking have the address.
That would make sense. Yeah,
I was serving beers.
Yeah.
So drinking beers.
So we give up.
One for you.
I'm sure that we were probably within like a block or two. I mean, I'm sure we were fucking. Every time Andrew we were really fucking close, and I'm just like, this is stupid. I'm just gonna put my tail between my legs. Let's just go back, and I'm sure the phone's there. Anyways, cut to the end of the night. We walk back, and sure enough, there's my phone right where I left it.
No, after that
Plugged
drive, you came into that's when you came into the bar, and you're like, my phone is gone. It's gone. I can't. It's gone. It's gone. I lost. I don't have my phone anymore. My phone is gone. And I told you like 3 times afterwards. Like, no, you left it back at the place plugged in. My phone is gone. It's just gone.
Give me a beer.
That's okay. I just don't have a phone anymore. And I'm like, it's at the place. It's plugged in.
Gone.
It's gone. I just don't have one anymore.
Did anybody turn in any phones from the bathroom?
Oh God! Would you want it? Would you want it back after that?
Yeah, you want to touch that?
No, they were on top of the paper towel dispenser.
Yeah, you just go and put them down.
I put up there, wash your hands, and I was like, I turned in one phone to one of the girls behind the counter. Then the next day, she's like, another phone? I'm like, yep, another one. Here you go.
Wow.
It's tainted. It's tainted.
Yeah.
You'll never get that smell out. It's like being in a smoker's house, you know. It's just like,
I kept trying to see if Super Stearns was taking a nap in there, but you know.
No, I didn't catch him in there again this year.
How about the Grinkfest flood? Remember that?
Oh, the flood was awful.
Yeah.
That was not. What was that Thursday night? That was like first night.
Yeah,
right?
Thursday night.
Over there. Sarah goes, don't go in there, Steve. Don't go in there.
I was fucking excited on Sunday. I go into the bathroom and I'm like, I had to tell Andrew immediately after I pissed. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I've never been in that bathroom when it hasn't stank. It's amazing. It's like a whole different experience.
I was in the bathroom with because I was actually pissing in the toilet, much to my chagrin. But I was pissing in the toilet when I flushed it, and it came up through the floor.
Oh no!
Was it one of you guys I was in the bathroom with? Who was I in the bathroom with?
Everybody run!
Oh no! It was like I flushed the toilet and I walked over to wash my hands, and like it started coming up like in a fountain.
That reminds me. I was telling people, Buffett, I hope you don't mind, but I was telling people you are like the most meticulous, thorough hand washer I've ever seen in a men's restroom. It was amazing.
Actually,
because I walked in and Buffett was just starting to wash his hands. I go to the urinal, do my thing, and I'm waiting in line. I'm still waiting for Buffett to finish. I'm like, this is impressive because that's like that's over a minute. Like he is just a thorough guy. Like a triple soaped up his hands like 3 different times going. And then he proceeded to explain exactly how the paper dispenser works.
See, that's the guy you want to give you handy.
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
No.
Clean.
He gave me a lesson in paper towel dispensers and how the sensors work, and then I asked him, like, "Do you restore and collect these?"
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, a couple things was one is, okay, yeah, it smells in there, but there's like 100, 150 dudes drinking dollar beers all night, so it's bound to get some abuse.
And it's a two stall.
Yes, it's one urinal and one toilet.
Whatever.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I can deal with all that. My only gripe is, like, I don't know if it's because of the lighting in there, like you just said, the towel dispenser. I cannot get that freaking thing to work half the time. I'm like, I give up. I got any problems with it.
Trick.
I just saw a full moon.
All right, since we're talking about bathrooms, this thing is in my bathroom down here, and it was off, and I'm kind of missing it. So every time you walk in, it's got this electric eye, and I had to turn it on because every time I come into the bathroom, it's always on. You know what I mean?
That ghost with a plunger.
I know.
Yeah, it's in the bathroom. And you walk in, and you walk, and it's got all these different sayings, and I'm like,
that's a scary turd.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, here, listen for a second. Listen to what it says. So it goes off every time you go to the bathroom.
Locked up, my boyfriend had eaten boiled eggs for 3 days.
You walk in and says, "This is the bowl you're looking for."
I was going to tell you that. Buffett explained the trick to these dispensers.
I'm waving my hand all angles everywhere around the damn thing.
You have to trick it into resetting the timer. That's what I learned from Buffett, to get it to dispense quicker. You'd give it a little tug. Not just let it dispense it, but when you rip the paper towel off, and correct me if I'm wrong, Buffett, but you give it just a little bit of a tug, and that resets the thing. And
you give it a little tug so it resets the sensor.
Pause is long.
I've been trying that when at work, and it hasn't. Unfortunately, it must be.
Yeah, it's not working for me either.
Yeah, but now that's my whole thing.
They're all a little bit different. You just got to figure out which one.
Do you have the X5000 or the 5000A?
If I take a picture of it and I send it to you, maybe you can tell me what the trick is to the
maybe
for this particular model.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to know where my hand washing comes from, I've watched the entire series of MASH like 4, 5, 6 times.
Nice.
So I'm actually watching like the surgeons do.
I love MASH.
Yeah, that's where I get it from. Is MASH.
Was that the Korean?
I was thoroughly impressed. Yeah. I'm like, I would shake his hand any day.
My first dog, I named him Trapper after
there you go.
Trapper John, right?
Yeah. Trapper John McIntyre,
yeah.
Funny, my first dog was called the Village People. A different story. You guys let me know when we're ready as well. We can have an episode of What's in the Box.
Oh, you got some delivery.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Oh God!
It's long enough. That's enough from Dildo of the Day.
Yeah.
Is that a new segment of the show? Dildo of the Day.
Dildo taking virtual reality to the next level.
Are you guys ready for What's in the Box?
Yeah, I'm never buying a game from you again.
Here we go. Yeah. Well, you know what's in my pit of cocks.
Can this fit in my butt?
So I've actually been waiting. I've been waiting quite a while for these. This was an Indiegogo project that I backed.
Oh.
And they're called IntelliPlugs, and these are for the arcade. They're Wi-Fi enabled and Alexa enabled.
To turn on your games?
Plugs,
they look shocked.
So we can put those in, but they finally came through. It was the early adopter package was $40, and you got four plugs for $40,
nice.
Which is pretty damn cheap.
Their voice operated through Alexa.
So you can sync them with Alexa, but also there's an app, so you can do it however you want to do it. But I thought for the arcade these are going to be great. So hopefully we can set up a scene for the arcade where you can walk in and just, because I already have Alexa in here, but it's just doing the lights and the fan.
Nice.
So the plan is going to be able to walk in and just say, Alexa, fire up the arcade.
So you can tell it what thing that is the command. Like you can program the actual phrase.
Yeah, if you build a scene, you can call the scene whatever you want it to be.
Oh, okay.
And then you say the name of the scene, basically.
Cock blasters.
So in essence, it's a smart clapper.
It really is. It really is. It is. It's a
cheap.
Way to good simplify it. I like it.
Yeah. Come through, but,
way to put it in perspective.
Looking forward to putting those in.
We used to have a clapper in the bedroom, but if you cough twice, the lights go out.
Oh, God.
Awesome.
What happens when
the dog barks a couple times? The lights
What about
come
rough
on.
sex?
Come on.
Yeah. What
Get
happens
some body
when you
slapping
go?
going on?
The lights are really hot.
But if you do it right, it's like a strobe light.
Yeah.
Oh.
You mean if you do it at all?
Yeah.
You're married. That's right.
Isn't the bedroom version called the slapper? Anyway.
Yeah. That's good.
Rock got the clap again.
I wish I could. I want to test that theory.
The light's just going on and off and on and off and on and off. Like.
I gotta fat proof it.
Mark, I gotta talk about
right now.
Somebody looks loud. I forgive you.
Holy shit, when did you cut your kid hair?
What the hell is happening right now?
I really like your eyes.
Actually,
I thought his kid had blonde hair.
Yeah.
For the Bachelor, it could be called the Fapper. Just
Fap on. Fap
off.
Fap on.
Alexa, ignore the next 5 minutes.
It's the fap. Well, you know,
Alexa,
walking
don't
down
look
the street,
in the
and you see
eyes.
that bedroom light going on and off. Like, yeah, I know what Steve's doing again.
Alexa, don't listen to me for at least 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So Mock, fucking Sam.
Stop looking at me.
Weil was giving me all kinds of shit about. I was playing. I was showing her how to play Eyes.
Oh, that girl that I introduced you to?
Yeah. Yeah, Sam would not let up on the jokes. It was
what was he saying?
Oh, he was making all kinds of like
gushing sounds.
Well, Crafty would appreciate the jokes. We'll just leave it at the middle feed.
Oh yeah.
Milfy.
I thought that was cool though that I set that up to get you guys together because
hilarious. I'm playing Street Fighter. I'm having a pretty decent game. Mom comes up. He's like, this isn't important. Come with me.
Well, no, I asked you.
Not playing this game.
Is your game important, or do you want to? Can you do this?
You're like, is this game important? It's not that important. Like, come on, I gotta show you. Yeah, you're just that's funny.
I just found it funny that she goes to Grinkers like in between, like I don't know, after work or on weekends, just to play Eyes and Tapper. That's her favorite game.
I know who you're talking about. I saw her.
Ariana.
I saw her.
No.
Ariana plus like 30.
Yeah.
Did she have red hair? Did she have red hair?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, I can't believe I remember that. In my drunken stupor, I saw
I
her.
remember seeing her doing like the alien level on Tapper. I'm like, damn, she's got some skills.
She told me she can marathon that game for she can play for like 9 or 10 hours. She wants to get the world record on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, when I was talking to her outside about you, and I go, well, I just happen to know a world record holder on Eyes. She goes, what?
Name dropper.
Oh my God, really? Oh, and I go, I can introduce you to him. You know, when he's here.
Look out, Carrie's getting the.
That's when I popped my collar up.
Yeah.
And I started John Travolta strutting in.
Yeah.
Big shit now.
And that's where babies come from.
Grinker's Grand Palace. What?
Yeah, Jim, she's coming for you.
Oh,
just saying.
Wait, can you slow that down a little bit? I didn't get it.
Yeah.
All right, my dog just arrived. Hold on a second.
All right.
Horse.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
I had your pumpkin thing going, and I'm like, I need a little bigger pumpkin. And Michael's, all the pumpkins are gone, like the artificial ones.
Oh no.
No, that's fine. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go buy a regular pumpkin.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the one that I had here that I'm like, it needs to be a little bigger. So I just kind of eyeballed it, and I got a pumpkin that's like 9 times the size of the one I had.
Oh no.
I haven't tested it yet, but I'm like, this thing's way bigger than I think what I needed.
Oh
but
wow.
My mind.
Just move that projector back. Move it back. It'll be fine.
Here's a little pro tip. Go get some orange flat spray paint and spray that on the pumpkin on the face because it holds the light better.
Oh, it's not
does
shiny.
the glare
Yeah,
off
so it's not
sheet.
shiny. Yeah, so it holds the light a lot better than a shiny pumpkin. So
Hey, these kids in Western New York are gonna lose their shit.
did you see?
Forget the guy 2 Black Silvers.
Is that Alfie or is that Louis?
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Slick Nick's post on Facebook? That
Yes, I did. I saw that earlier. Yeah,
he had a party and pumpkins and people dug it. I got a personal message from Vonnie saying that everybody loved it and stuff. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, very
There's
cool.
a guy 2 Black Silver who's got the RoboCop car with RoboCop sitting in it. I'm gonna beat him with my shit. I mean, he's got a flat black fucking Taurus from the fucking movie with RoboCop in it. I'm gonna kill it with this.
A Taurus.
And Nick was showing off his Knight Rider car with the full dash in it and everything. Yeah, that's crazy. I want to see that.
Right.
Take that, Time Runner. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mark, did you see? He was like, he goes to the Lakers games. He's like down near floor level.
Yeah, he was sitting next to Magic, right, the other night?
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Freaking Magic Johnson right next to him, pretty much, you know?
Oh,
Somebody said Slick Nick's the shit last year.
right?
I've been to Slick Nick's house, dude. It's pretty nice.
He's a modest guy.
Yeah, I like that dude. Him and his wife are really nice.
Yeah.
Nick and Vanny are awesome people.
Yes, very cool people.
Good peeps.
On Facebook.
And he is also a customer for, well, you know the game.
Yes.
Yeah. I told him to talk to you.
Yeah, everybody's a customer for.
I know.
I tried to sell a couple
What's the name of that game? Water
Do I get a
Trap?
commission,
No.
by the way?
I met a couple of people at Grinkers I was trying to sell that game to for you.
I don't need customers.
He doesn't need charity.
Yeah, he's Dave's gonna be doing a lottery pretty soon. Like, okay.
I know. It's gonna be.
I was trying to help you out because I know there's a couple arcade owners that I was talking to that were there.
You have to
No,
file
that one guy who wants
tax
one,
forms for those now. 1099s.
Oh, I don't know if you guys knew this. Before I forget, Nutball Champ. So he owns Vector Volcano. Brett's his name. That's his handle, Nutball Champ. I know people by other handles.
I don't think I thought it was his real name, Gak.
No.
Is that your first name or your last
Brett
name?
Pullum or something like Pulliam or something like that is his name. So anyway, he owns Vector Volcano in Bend, Oregon. And by the way, I think it's pretty awesome that he actually makes the trip out to Grinkers to hang out with everybody. And he owns his own arcade, you know.
That place is pretty big as well. It's a decent place. I've actually
I
been
went there back in June. I got to go there with my friends. Yeah, it's really cool layout. So, but yeah,
actually, this is gonna be his machine, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay, awesome. So
yeah, he was all over me.
I chatted with him a little bit. I think Friday night, and he's all yeah. It was a bit of a stressful trip coming out here. He said, okay, so he lives, I think maybe a 5-hour drive from Grinkers, where he's at in Oregon. He was about halfway there, and he gets a call from one of his employees, and there was a leak. There's an office thing above his arcade, and something happened with the plumbing and leaked all down into his arcade, and his games were like getting wet, right? And he said he had the Attack from Mars, the re-release or whatever. So that's like a really expensive pin. So he turns around, goes, so he was like 2.5 hours on the road, turns around, goes back to his arcade to like address the leak issues and plumbing or whatever, gets that all fixed, then hops back in his car and drives back to Grinkers.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
most people probably would have just called it a trip, you know. But that was awesome of him to still go out there. You know, I didn't get
with his employee too.
What's that?
With his employee too.
Yeah.
He brought one of his employees.
Right. Yes. I didn't get to see him this year, but yeah. But awesome though, you know, that he's again like Steve, like us. You know, we like playing games, socializing, being part of the scene. You know, it's not about competition and you know who's better than who.
No, he was a nice guy. He came up to me and he's like, he goes, I want one. I go, look, I got one wrapped up. I go, the guy hasn't shipped it yet. You're very excited about this, which is cool. I go, I'm hammered, so I'm like, no. I go, look, I'll see if this guy, because the guy bought it September 9th. What is this? This is October 25th. And I go, dude, I'll refund your money, because he was in Miami. I thought maybe he had a catastrophic incident. But no, once he says, no, I got a shipper arranged, I'm like, okay, that's fine. I mean, it's all good. But yeah, he's I don't know if he's going to get this one. This one's pretty nice.
I think that one, that one have the label Gak Attack on it.
Right? No, I think it has the Harry Dean label.
You know,
yeah.
Every time I walk by that machine, somebody was playing it though. Just about.
I know.
Right? Did that make you feel good?
It draws my attention though. That game is so illuminated. Like it blows every other game out of the water as far as like the track. Like you look at it, you just have to walk to it, even if you.
Well, yeah.
It's like what is this like backwards? What's that ball game? The
Ice Cold Beer.
Yeah, Ice Cold Beer backwards.
Yes.
It's so much more interesting than Ice Cold Beer, though. You look at Ice Cold Beer and it's just a bunch of holes in the fucking thing. This
it's because you've seen it. That this is something you haven't seen, so it's new.
I don't think like I've never had an interest in Ice Cold Beer. Never, not once. Nope.
Oh, I
look at that game and I'm like, I have no interest in it. But Firescape is really interesting because there's all this depth and shit to it. There's layers of stuff going on. And
there's a high score thing that dangles a carrot in front of you, like go for this. Fuck you.
I didn't even know, like, just until Seth, I didn't even realize it was showing the high score because I'm burning and turning, man. I hadn't played it enough and then Seth's like, I'm like, holy shit, it does show the high score.
The Denver guys explained it all to me. The Denver guys were explaining it all to me on Sunday because they're like, when it does this, and it cycles this, it does this, and someone made a comment. It might have been Sam that Mike Lethargy is his handle. Street Fighter Mike. Sam's like, what the fuck? Mike only plays Street Fighter or maybe a pinball, and then this game, and he was glued to that track and field, and he was glued to that game like all day. Like he was, like I walked away. Me and Carrie were playing Galaga 88, which is the game I took away from Grinkers this year. But
don't tell anybody, or else the prices are going to go up.
I know.
Hey, you call it part out when you do the editing.
We were playing that, and all of a sudden you could hear it was just a small group. It was just us, like 10 of us, maybe 10, maybe. And all of a sudden you'd hear like people getting super loud and excited about something going on at Fire Escape, just like Warlords or something, as if there were like 100 people in that place. It got really loud, and it'd be like, oh, Mike figured out something, or someone figured out or got a certain point, or
that bird's nest, and everybody cheered.
Yeah. So it was like a big deal.
I felt like I had Jim's badge, by the way, the entire weekend as well, because I had number 10.
Oh,
yeah.
You were 10. Every time I said it, I was like, this shouldn't be me saying this.
Sam kept telling me, he's like, why don't you have number 10?
Yeah.
Wait, Griffin, you were 10?
I was 10, yeah.
I was 11.
Oh, there it is. But
Spinal Tap
the whole time.
Yeah, this goes. I did use that joke. We were talking with somebody. This one goes to 11. It's just one more than 10.
If we need that extra inch, a little push over the edge. Why don't you just make 10 the loudest? Make 10 a little bit louder. You just go to 11.
There's after the post Grinkfest thing always for me is like okay, first thing, the first few days or week is like recovery, just like trying to get caught up on sleep. And then it's like, shit, I didn't do that. Damn it, I wanted to hang out with those people. Like it feels like there's not enough time. Like it goes by so quick.
It goes really fast.
Yeah.
Can we do it for a week?
I know, right?
Dude, I don't think our liver should hold out.
Do you have the constitution?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
The liver wouldn't be able to take it.
I would just like to go biannually.
I think that was Friday night. Carrie showed up, right? It was late Friday night.
Yeah.
And right after she showed up, Jimbo, you came up to me like, by the way, hi, Gak. And it was like, you were there the night before. We didn't even talk yet.
I know. Well, we did real briefly when Buffett stole the show.
Yes, right. Yeah.
It was like, me and Jim were sitting at the bar going, hey, that looks like Buffett.
That's what I was talking about. I didn't want to tell that story until you were here, but I was saying that we had like a minute-long conversation before we acknowledged that it was, in fact. You said it first. You're like, that dude looks like Buffett. And I'm like, it totally looks like Buffett. And then you're like, wait a minute. Is it Buffett? It is Buffett!
Yeah.
And he echoes in Grinkers, too.
Yeah. And he loves 3D movies. You get that
walked in nonchalantly and just who would recognize me?
In a bikini shirt.
3D glasses I gave you?
So, Mock, you missed it earlier, but I'll say it again. You and Keith knocked it out of the park doing the trophies and all that. It's really awesome. Steve was really set back by that.
Oh, cool.
I think everyone thought it was awesome. Made this shit legit this year. Doing trophies. So, thank you again.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Everyone was walking around with the lit up trophies.
Right.
Yeah.
They looked awesome inside that.
So,
unless you were drunk and dropped yours.
Did you tell that story?
No, not yet.
I dropped my trophy and broke it.
Did you really?
I was really drunk that night. I got home.
The first place Nat trophy?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Just
you design?
Yeah.
He showed the trophy to everybody in Grinkers as well.
I was hammered. Came in the room.
And you were so excited. You were so excited to win that. You're like, yeah, I secretly wanted this. Yes.
I did want it. It's cool. No, I dropped it in the room.
Next year we need you to pose in front of Tron with the black light for it.
Yeah. How's that Photoshop
clean?
coming along?
At least Mog got it because he asked me to remake it. I'll cut him another one.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
No, he has to glue it together with like Elmer's glue and
Scotch tape and
duct tape on it.
Yeah,
it's probably just a fuse.
Yeah. It still lights up. It's just broken off the top. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a highlight. Yeah, for me anyway. I didn't think I'd win that. So
one interesting little thing that came out the weekend was Frizzle Fried, who actually used to live literally minutes from my house. He used to live here in Santee in San Diego years and years ago. So we sort of been chatting about that, but his sister-in-law lives down here now, and those guys are building a game room for the house. So he's like, hey, these guys are looking for a few games. I wanted to give them your name and sort of hook them up. So I got an email from them this week, and we're sort of talking about what they want for their game room, and these guys they're not arcade heads. They're just regular people that are trying to just put a little bit of fun in their house, but they've dedicated a little space to it. So that was kind of cool. It's like someone from the hobby is like, oh, my family lives down there, and so we're gonna work together, and we're gonna sort of try and get them hooked up. They want a little slot machine, like a mechanical old school slot machine. They want one arcade game, and they want one pinball machine. Just the little spread.
That's how it starts.
Yeah. So we're gonna work together. I think I have a Miss Pack that I'm doing a multi on right now, and it sounds like they're good candidates for a multi because they have space for one machine. They want to be able to play all the classics, that kind of thing. So that was cool. That was like a sort of a fun little thing that came out of getting together at Grinkers too. So we're gonna work and see if we can get them set up and one more person in the hobby, even if it's just one pin and one game, just like Steve's house.
Yep.
What?
Oh, he has
3,000.
I got thousands of games over here for everyone to play.
Yes. And a control panel that will support up to like 12 players at once.
Yeah, all 4,000 people can play at the same time.
And a cocktail that plays 61 games.
I mean,
jealous.
Yeah.
Also for March, and this isn't something that obviously we're announcing fully yet, but in March there will be something happening, obviously down in San Diego, because Richie Knuckles is doing Kong Off, right? In Banning. But I started talking to my contractor today about putting some electrical in the house, and
it's nice to have electricity in the house.
Yeah, electric. Well, I thought it was time. I thought it was time, and I learned that it doesn't necessarily give you cancer or send you to hell. So I thought maybe I should look into it. But there may be a new space in San Diego happening.
There you go.
So
nice.
Little teaser.
I'm going to be gone the weekend that you move them in, though. Just telling you now.
Yeah, I know this guy called Keith. He's got a dolly. So yeah, there is definitely a movement thing. How do you get a Star Wars cockpit up 40 vertical feet?
Forklift.
So yeah, we'll have to look at those kind of things, but potentially a new space opening up. So we'll see.
Cool.
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 And I think as well for the potential gig that we're going to do here in San Diego, alongside the already existing gig that is going to be Kong Off, which is strictly Richie doing his thing in Banning, nothing to do with us, but potentially pulling a group of people together to all go down, together to participate in that. I'm going to leave it at that. That's it. That's
to observe. We're not going to play.
No, there's not. I don't think
not the Kong Off.
No, it's just a spectator.
Yeah.
You want to meet and greet with everybody.
For all those people who are sick of being buried under the snow in different parts of the country by the end of February and March next year. It might be a good excuse for you to look at the cost of flights to San Diego. Let's just say that.
Well, now that I have a nice voucher, no.
Yeah, you do.
Nice.
Although I used just a sliver of it.
It'll be used up by then. Come on now.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring Mrs. Dave from Buffalo. Mrs. Dave from Buffalo. I'm gonna make her go to San Diego with me.
Do it.
Yes.
Make
no, it'll be we can go for nothing. Maybe it's for a day. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And I think Crafty was talking about bringing
his wife.
Yes. Yeah. That would be so awesome. I would,
I guess my wife's
make it so.
a lot of Mexican food.
Almost nothing catches
so
fire.
much for the guy's camping trip,
right? Yeah.
Harry, almost nothing catches fire in March.
Yeah.
It's already burnt by that.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And it hasn't slid off of anything that hasn't slid off the hillside is
right.
Yeah, solid. Yeah, fires and the landslides. Other than that, Southern California, no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it'd be cool if we can keep this up where we do an event like in the in the early part of the year, and then we have Grinkers for the later part of the year. I think that'd be really cool if we could keep that going. Yeah, instead of having two events on top of each other in
That
October.
is a complaint I was getting from my wife, by the way.
Yeah.
Seems like you're always doing this stuff. Like every month there's something going on. I'm like, I can't help it. I can't control the dates.
Yeah.
Even though we're setting them, but yeah.
Good that she doesn't listen to the show. But she can come to San Diego.
And we want to do Grinkers the second time.
I mean, San Diego is such a great location. It has a lot of appeal, and it would be so cool to get to meet more of the haves that at least put up with this hobby. If you know, I know that some like so. Dave,
Minnesota, what a great
does your wife play any of the games? Yeah. Like, is she at all into any of this stuff?
No, but she might just like this at the vacation.
But like your games at home, she's like whatever.
No, she likes because the kids like it.
Ah, nice.
You know, the Super Hang-On. Yeah, it's all. Yeah. I gotta get most of them working. So.
That part.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
You only pick up non-working games.
Yes. The biggest collector of broken games in Buffalo. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm your guy.
Broken game. Just one game.
Yeah. Did you get the pole position? Because I know that you got that Super Hang-On.
It was broke, yeah.
No, he sold it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was probably working, so it didn't go to you.
No, it did go to me. I did buy the NBA Jam, which I might actually sell to a local bar that the guy's really into the games. He's going to put it in the bar because I'm looking at it. It's at the storage unit. I'm like, this thing's big, and I'm like adding up all the games that got to go in the basement. The Super Hang-On, the Karate Champ, a Fire Escape, and I'm like, I don't know if this is too big, maybe. And the guy wants it, and he's like, dude, it's gonna be, and he's offering more than I paid for it. He knows what I paid for it. He's giving me more, and I'm like, all right, maybe it's gonna go to you. Oh, speaking of which, his Simpsons is down. Anybody know could repair a Simpsons board, or does anybody have a spare Simpsons board they want to sell? Because he doesn't want to
game, but not just the board.
Yeah, he's got the 4-player Simpsons is down. He's like, I just don't want to have this dead in the bar. Like, I'm like, that's why he was like, how about the NBA Jam? I'm like, all right.
The only guru I can think of offhand is the one that I told Carrie about. That Mano Man knows too.
Oh, he was fantastic. I can. Yeah, no,
vouch for him.
Yeah, I can totally vouch for him. Super quick, great guy to deal with. He needs to pack the boards really well because otherwise he'll get a lecture. But other than that,
you didn't pack your board really well.
Well, honestly, I got it off of eBay.
Peanuts in a box.
Yeah, well, I got it off of eBay, and so I just sent it the exact same way that I received it. I shouldn't have done that. I should have, which I thought was like, okay, like usually.
Oh, he said you didn't send it to him very well.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like,
So it wasn't him. It was you. Is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, no. He sent it in an entirely different box with way more stuff. But
right.
No, I got a little lecture about how, and it was kind of funny because it was exactly because essentially I got it. It was literally the same box that the eBay senders sent it to me, and I'm like. Ooh.
Oh, I overpack. I'm like, you can ship a Fabergé egg, and I'd be confident.
Yes, we heard that one from Adam at One Circuit about your. Some board you sent a punch out.
Is it a punch out board? And the box
like 40 pounds of plastic peanuts or whatever.
It was kind of a joke. I wanted the heavy duty box, and he's like, "Oh my
You should have seen the box I sent him with 3 of the love testers in there. That thing looked like I was just sending him a closet. It was just. I wonder if that's.
Well, and the funny part is usually like when I haven't sold very much or I help facilitate sending something, and usually I do crazy packing, like it's ridiculous, and I've even gotten rep for how well I've packed things, and so my own board I was like, oh, here you go. So that was the stupid part. I'm like, okay, yeah, normally I do much better than this. So.
I think I add a lot of weight to mine because I usually use Gorilla tape instead of regular like. Packaging tape or duct tape. That's the stuff that's gonna like tear off the box with it when you remove it.
Yeah.
But I love that tape. It's so like I'm so confident whenever I use that. I'm like, nothing's getting through this.
Oh my god.
UPS does not use that.
Now that I've packed 10 fire escapes and wrapped them, it's like I'm almost like anal about like how good they're wrapped. Like the one guy's like, I've got a lot of games shipped to me, and I've never had anybody go this much. And it's like, make sure you block off about 4 hours to open it because it's.
But have you ever shipped like 6 at one time to, let's say, like Sacramento area? I'm just saying. Carry you in on that, I hope.
Yeah, we can talk about shared shipping.
Yeah.
I need to talk to all you guys.
Dave,
yeah,
you
because everybody's got to get a piece, and I want to help out everybody.
Yeah.
But
we all need a piece, Dave.
I know.
We love you, Dave.
I hope you
and,
put out.
We'll love you even more with the bro and broette discount.
I know.
It's like 2 for 1, right?
Yeah, that'll
2
put
for
us.
1?
Dude, that puts us at the bottom of the list.
You buy 6 to get 1 free.
Yeah, no.
Bro price at budlight.com.
Yes, right.
Dave, so I forgot that you have a karate champ.
It's because of Brian's basement. I know I got to get that piece of shit out. Like, I'm looking at no. I want Karate Champ, but not Brian's is a piece of shit. And I'm like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm buying this from you. And I'm like, what? It's got no back door. Like, dude, it's not that. But I was like, God, they're not even going for that. It's like I can get a mint one for like, a couple $100 more, and but it's all good. It's close But I was like, God, all right, here's your money.
Games. They're cheap games, but they're greatly appreciated. They're
loved. I like
they're
it.
loved,
I like
but they're just not worth anything.
No, but what they're going for,
I'm excited. I don't want to jinx this right now, but there's like 26 people in the chat right now. So let's see some thumbs ups.
Inks.
Yeah.
That's like 3 times. That's like 3 times the viewers that another show gets. I thought we were talking about like humbly just selling them some viewers to build their base. So Karate Champ, I've never been more excited that I played at Grinkers, and I got to some crazy ridiculous level I've never seen before, where like the CPU is like tweaking out on you. They're going twice as fast as you are. I was like, Andrew, get over here! Look at this shit. The guy's like, he's moving so fast, he can't do anything.
That was weird.
It was like level 11 or 12. Your status. So it's interesting because the biggest things I like about the game is that it's technically very, very, very accurate with like traditional Japanese karate. Everything about the moves that they list, how the moves are executed, everything that's going on is accurate. Like that is by the book. And then and so your status, so as you progress through the levels, up in the corner, like you start out I think with Qs, which is everything pre-black belt, and then once you get to like 1 dan, 2 dan, 3 dan, those are all rankings of black belt. So like 1 dan like is basically 1st degree black belt, 2 dan, 2nd degree, and so on and so forth. So I get to level like 11 or whatever, and your status goes from dan rankings to was it like CMP or CHP, what champion is what it stands for.
California Highway Patrol. It's like Poncho and John.
Oh yeah, right. Yes. So you get to that status, and suddenly everything changes in the game. Like I never knew that the game ramped up like that. Because up until that point, it was very gradual. But you get to that stage, and the background, you're no longer fighting in the, like on a bridge or in a city or whatever. You're in a dojo now, and the CPU literally moves like twice as fast as you. You cannot react anymore to what the CPU is doing. You have to kind of preemptively guess. I don't know what the strategy is at that point, but I'd never seen it before, and I'm like, what do I do? Yeah, well, I mean, like, what do you do? I've never looked it up. I beat the first round, and then I just got destroyed. Like, I don't know what to do at this point because your opponent's moving literally twice as fast as you are. But it was crazy. I haven't been that excited for that game in a long time. And it all started because we were playing Street Fighter, and then Isaac and Mike were talking about Karate Champ, and I'm like, let's go play. And then Isaac's like, well, I played him, and he's like, whoa, shit, you know what you're doing. And I'm like, well, yeah,
I played you
this
too.
game.
I think didn't we play a few rounds?
I think we did. Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Stop. Judge.
Judge.
Yeah. Oh, point. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Point.
Your head gets all big. My hero.
So, how about you guys? Was there any games that was new this year you hadn't played in years before?
Oh,
Yeah,
I alluded to this.
Yeah, other than Fire Escape, of course.
Galaga 88 is on my want list now.
Yeah.
And the only reason, this is Sunday. The only reason that me and Carrie played that is because there were 2 credits on there, and I'm like, hey, wait, there's credits on here. Let's play. And
it's kind of cartoony, isn't it? Sort of.
Super. A little bit. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I gotta say that I up until that point, I've never been a huge fan of regular Galaga. Like, it's okay, but I'm not seeking one out. You know, it's Galaga. It is what it is. But playing that game was a shit ton of fun. There's bosses. The levels progress. The sound, the music in that game is is awesome. Like, it's really good.
I played it a couple times at CAX.
It was a lot of fun. It was
not easy to find those games though.
No.
I mean,
Arcade SD does a pretty good job of it.
Okay. Well, I mean, the thing is that like I when I was looking at the cabinet and then the year and stuff, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is in the same line, like same series or hardware as like Pac-Mania. And sure enough, but you can't finding a dedicated one is not that common, but there were a lot of conversions in that system, that Namco System 1 style cabinet.
I think like
from what I've
Dragon
researched.
Spirit or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. Same line. So like I think there's a good chance of finding a converted one in a Namco System 1, which is not wrong by any means. It's just I've heard there's very few dedicated ones out there. But it's a like I was researching price, and most of what I've seen them sell for are between $300 and $500, which is very encouraging. This is like within the last like couple of years.
It doesn't seem bad at all.
Because like you don't see a lot of shit like that.
No.
I mean, it's kind of like Super Hang On or something where it's like this is a breath of fresh air. Here's a game that I thoroughly enjoy. That wow, it's not a $1,500 fucking game.
Right.
You know? God damn.
Yeah.
But obviously the trick is finding one. You know.
Yeah.
But that's on that's the game I took away from Grinkers that I'm like that's going on my want list. I want one.
Yeah, I've got a Galaga 88 board. I just need the cab for it. So
I need to revisit Gap Plus, right? That's yours.
Galaga 3,
one.
yeah.
Galaga 3, yeah. I remember that one being pretty fun, but I think I've only played it once or twice.
I got it on my cocktail on my 61.
Nice.
It doesn't play the same.
It plays exactly the same.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. The sounds are perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
You play it with the trackball too, right?
Yeah, that's
left-handed.
With my
Light
tongue.
stick. Yeah.
Plays with a steering wheel.
Yeah, steering wheel, gas pedal.
All right, guys, I gotta get going. It's getting late.
All right, Keith.
Right.
Keith's had to poop until we like told, hey
Exactly.
Keith, where are you going? It's like, God damn it.
I gotta go. We'll all have to set up a time, maybe later in the week, for a chat. Everybody that wants to talk about the event off
What, you
air.
gotta work tomorrow or something?
Yeah, I know, son of a bitch. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
it's real late.
Fun.
Stupid day jobs.
Yeah, it's a 4-letter word.
I know.
Yeah.
Usually starts with fuck and ends with work.
Yeah.
And goddamn, it's hot in this place.
Yeah, that too. It's 104 in the shop.
Goddamn freeloading son of a bitch. Retarded, big mouth, know-it-all asshole jerk.
You got to get Drew work. I'm doing it now.
Andrew, what do you think? Is it we got time for one more beer, or do I call it quits?
I just
Yeah, I
cracked
got
one.
time for one more.
All right,
There you go.
One more beer.
All right, Keith.
All right,
Love you, buddy.
everybody.
All right, later, Keith.
Talk to you
It was
tomorrow.
fun reminiscing about last
You're awesome,
Grinkers.
Keith. I love you.
Oh,
Thank you for
Keith.
all your contributions.
We
My
also
pleasure,
said
man.
goodbye to
My pleasure.
Dave too. Dave just left.
Keith, before you go to bed
Oh, yeah,
tonight,
Dave.
before you go to bed, can you fix my Shinobi board? Thanks.
And print me up a new trophy.
Yeah. I'll modify the power supply for you.
And
right.
convince Mox to do all my Toki artwork.
Yeah.
And do my taxes.
Yeah, right.
He's no Derek.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
You want to be a wiring harness?
See you,
Something you are, lazy fuck.
See you, dude.
You lazy fuck.
That's awesome.
The hardest working man I know. I call him a lazy fuck.
He is
Yeah, wealth of knowledge, and he's super modest about it.
Seriously, like it was his fucking birthday, and he called me to help me with when Twilight Zone went down, when my pin went down. Like he was like, "Oh no, whatever, it's my birthday, but here, let me help you troubleshoot."
The guy's a dick.
I know.
Well, if you weren't so demanding, Carrie, that you had to have his free help. You know?
God.
Is your Mortal Kombat 2 still running, Carrie?
It is. It's beautiful. I'm so excited. I actually, a friend of my daughter's.
Fucking C-121. God damn,
I
we talked
know.
about that.
God damn it. Yeah, we did. But no, it's so cool because actually, a friend of my daughter's came over a couple days ago, and she was like, "Oh, show him the arcade." Because he grew up and and his parents had some pinball games. So I went out there and I prepped and I had all the lights on. It was the first time I've actually turned on all the games at once. And hey, I didn't blow a circuit. Woohoo! And it was so cool and he had said, like, yo, this feels like a real arcade. And it does, because they have everything that has an attract
Fuck
sound.
you, it is an arcade.
It is an arcade. It totally is, actually.
That'll be $10, dickhead.
Yeah, precisely, just to step into the garage. But yeah, so everything that has an attract sound I have on now, because that's the phase I am now. And it was like, and I have the LED lighting and all the games, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to open it up. Halloween's supposed to have good weather. We're not supposed to rain. So my plan is I'm going to open it up and we'll let the little.
We gotta put
no rain, no
Adam's,
fire.
We gotta put Adam's Adam's coin up in Karate Champ, so that track mode can come on, because there's good music for that too. And
the pre-play is awful on that one. I wish that it's a pole position has the worst.
It's as bad as Miss Pac-Man.
So we can safely assume, though, next Tuesday is Halloween. So we're skipping next week.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No show.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to hear some stories then, Carrie, because if you're gonna have your arcade open,
you should
right? It'll be my first time ever doing
like
this.
That. You should do a video and show us.
I'm planning on at least taking pictures.
Probably snot-nosed kids playing your home use only Gravatars and stuff.
I have to say, robots down, reactors in the house. So there's
it's in the house.
Yeah, reactor in the house.
Carrie, just log on to this and stream it from this channel.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Halloween, sorry.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, hey, parents, I hope you don't mind your little children being on the internet right now.
Your last plug out. I was my last plug in.
I was thinking next year I really need to do that. Your pumpkins are so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
That animation is really awesome.
Oh, thanks.
So they do look really good.
Oh, Mock, I love that the one company or whatever posted their shit, and you just fucking comment with your link. You're like, I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, dicks.
Well, they're the ones that stole my idea, and they have like 25 employees. Those assholes, and they've copied everything I've done and then some, and their stuff does look nice, but it's like their window effect they copied from me, and their animated.
I can't sue them.
I know.
Carrie, can you help?
Right?
Yeah.
You know what? If we can do a class action suit or something big, I can fucking retire.
Steve, have you patented?
Quit our fucking.
No,
the sooner you retire.
I never patented it. Yeah. So. If anything, Disney could sue me because I stole it from them. So I guess.
Okay, Brad, can you cut that part out when we come down to the recording part? That's going to totally fucking undermine our lawsuit.
Okay, we borrowed ideas from each other. How's that?
You were
they
inspired
borrowed
by.
them from you.
Anyway, if anybody's interested, my animated pumpkins that were mentioned when I got my my award, I got all like embarrassed.
It's a major award.
But yeah, if you want to check it out,
I'm wearing the
give me a
pants,
plug.
too.
Yeah, and I was like all shy when you said that, but still in shock that I won. In fact, actually, but yeah, if you go to youtube.com/mockthemagicman if you want to check out the animated pumpkins, and there's links to my website there if you want to check them out. So a couple people at Grinkers bought the discs, and like I said, Slick Nick sent me a link to his party, and they came out really awesome. So I get a thrill when I see someone actually use it at an event or whatever.
Yeah.
In fact, my dad today, when I was out to dinner with him, he's like, "You're gonna come over, right, and set up your pumpkins for the neighbor."
Nice.
Yeah. I'll be there for Halloween. Don't worry.
Nice.
So yeah. So what's cool is that if you have every song, it plays for 45 minutes solid until
And then
it
it'll
loops.
loop back around.
Yeah.
right?
So that's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're only gonna see it repeat maybe twice or 3 times before Halloween's over.
Is it showing right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would be ad.
So it's just animated pumpkin. One projector does all 3 faces. Projectors are now really cheap. You can get them for like $100 on Amazon now. They're dirt cheap. Yeah. You just need a portable DVD player and pop it in, and boom. So, but yeah. So that's my plug. So
it's Mock the Magic Man on YouTube.
Yeah, or you could just do a Google search for window creeps. I know it sounds pervy, but that's my first effect I did. I had a special effect that's in the window. That's also there. But yeah, so you can check out different examples on YouTube. And
I saw that you got a moth in there or something.
yeah, I got a bug and it keeps flying by. So it's the lights.
Some kind of garage window creep thing going on.
Bug creep.
Game room creep. Yeah.
It was really hot in here, so I opened up the back door with the screen that must have gotten through. So
also, Mark, I want to talk to you about some animations if I do move into that new space up there. Potentially.
Yeah, we'll talk again. I know we talked before when you were going to do that thing.
Yeah.
Some
of the
similar
stuff about for the location. So I think we can bring some of those ideas back in.
Okay.
In a smaller way.
Because that would be really fun if we did something like that.
Let's just say one word or 2 words. It's 2 words, really. Light cycles.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We can do it.
Yeah, we can do some light cycle stuff. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Cool. All right. So that's into my plug. Anyway, I got another one. A little weird thing that happened. Steve from Grinkers gave me this kind of a long message, PM on Clav. He goes because when I posted the thing about the pumpkins, he noticed that it was connected to my Adventure Through Inner Space website.
Okay.
He goes, Adventure Through Inner Space. Are you the guy that built that website? He goes, I go, yeah. He's all, oh my God. So all these years that you've been coming to Grinkers and you're the guy that made that website. I went to that website before I even started collecting arcade games.
Wow.
My wife and I went on that ride, and he goes on and on about, all classic Disneyland rides and stuff. And he remembers that ride fondly. And he went to my website to check out all the pages, and he's seen the movie that I made on it. So I thought that was pretty cool that he was a fan of my website and didn't even know I was the guy behind it. So
that's awesome.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome.
That was the same the first time I met you as well. I didn't know it was you that did that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. And then Seabart too, and I think maybe Wyo? I think Wyo too. Yeah, they're like, "Whoa, my God, you're the guy that did that," So that was kind of cool.
Cool.
You're the guy that did that thing.
Yeah. Anybody doesn't know out there used to be a ride where Star Tours is now. It was called Adventure Through Inner Space. And you got into a little vehicle that looked like the Haunted Mansion chair, and you went into this giant microscope that shrank you into the size of an atom, and you went through and you saw microscopic versions of snowflakes and stuff. So it was an old ride from the 60s.
So you made a video about that?
I had a website dedicated to it. Then I eventually created a 3D recreation of actually going on the ride, because back then people didn't really have video cameras, before they shut it down.
Yeah.
So I had all these like memories of the ride, and I started trying to build it in 3D. It was my first venture into 3D, and
wow,
Disney,
that's ambitious.
yeah, it's pretty ambitious. Yeah, I was a fan of the ride and stuff. So a Disney Imagineer contacted me and said, "Hey, I have copies from the Disney archives of pictures from the ride. If you want some things that'll make it more closer to the ride."
That's freaking awesome, man.
So I met up with him in Burbank, and he let me take copies just to make copies of some things, and I came back and made my animation way more closer to the ride. And then when I finally did release the ride, I took it to Disney conventions, and I had people coming up to me that were part of Disney, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Your DVD is in the Disney archives now." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
That's great. That's
yeah, and Peter Docter, the director from Monsters Incorporated and Up, sent me an email. He sent me an email, a personal email, saying, "Oh, I loved your DVD of the ride. I used to love that ride as a kid, and it's so great you did that." And everybody at Pixar sat around and watched your DVD.
So that's when you send them your resume.
Yeah,
that was a good thing.
Give them an idea of the salary that you want.
I'm comfortable where I'm at, but yeah, it did cross my mind for a sec.
Hell yeah!
I touched so many people out there from just doing that, so it's just really kind of.
You didn't touch.
Yeah,
well, you've touched me, but you need to.
Well, I'll touch you later.
During the next get together.
Places where your bathing suit covers. Ooh.
Fap off.
Let's get it with these dolls.
You had to turn it dirty, didn't you? So innocent like Disneyland, you have to defile it.
That's what differentiates us from, say, arcade radio.
So
alcohol.
So anyway, I thought it was cool that Steve sent me that message. I was like, no way, that's pretty cool that even because he used to go to Disneyland when he was younger and stuff. So
yeah,
last year those old rides. Yeah,
and Steve sent me and Andrew a text a week ago or so. I forgot to respond, but he just wanted to make sure, like, hey, I just posted a thank you to all these people. Did I miss anybody? I cover all the bases, so I think he did.
He just PM'd me on Club like yesterday. He was asking. He sent me a link to Paradise Arcade for some micro switch joysticks for Street Fighter. He's like, "Are these the ones?"
Really?
I'm like, "Yep, those will do."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh man, it feels like Grinker should be next week again." When he's sending me emails or PMs like that, it's like, "Damn it!"
Yeah.
Right.
I need to make it a biannual.
But he definitely wanted to, make the effort to try to say the thank you to all the people.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw that. That is his post he put up.
Yeah, very cool.
The thing we absolutely have to make sure happens is whatever event we do next.
To get him to show up. I've been wanting that for like 2 or 3 years now. I know. Yeah.
Almost to Denver. He was.
Yeah, he was close.
Yeah, we don't give him an option. We don't ask him. We just throw him in a van.
We're not gonna fly you out, but we'll drive.
I think I have his wife's email. So
you
we should just email his wife and be like, all right, here's the deal. Just book the flight and just drive him to the airport and say you're gone for the weekend.
That's it.
Yeah,
put him on a plane, and he doesn't get a choice. He just comes out, and all he does is he drinks, he plays games, and he hangs out.
Yeah, so he doesn't have
that's all he's allowed to do.
And I was impressed too. I mean, like every few hours, I'd turn my head and look over, and he's like hauling a game around.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Dude, freaking have a beer and hang out.
I like how Grinkers has these secret doors in other parts of the arcade you don't even think about, that he comes through with a game and then closes it. It's like little hidden trap door. Here's a game.
I feel very privileged. I was able to see a couple of the secret hidden locations that he has overflow games, and I think this part is no secret. He let me videotape. And basically said okay if I want to share it, but he has more games in storage than he has at his arcade.
Oh my
I will
god!
absolutely say that.
And they're
Holy
different.
shit.
And they're different games.
No, he has a
Some
handful that are not at Grinkers, but
Okay.
a
Yeah,
lot.
he's got at least 2 of every game at Grinkers, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
seems
mean,
like it.
if I had to guess, he has somewhere around 400 games in storage.
The fucking hoarder.
Right?
He's a hoarder.
Does he have an
got
extra Robotron?
Probably 5 or 6. No, I don't know. Robotron, I'm not sure of. I know I saw like 3 or 4 battle zones in a row. You know, at least a couple more Warlords cocktails.
45 Krabby Champs.
See, those guys came from like bulk buys too. Like
Yes,
you know,
and
we
he-
bought
he
like
did-
5 games or.
He
whatever.
mentioned that too. You know, I'm like, so what causes you to, I just asked him, like, what causes you to buy all these? You know, and he's like, well, sometimes, and I've experienced this myself early on collecting like console stuff before I went to arcade, is like you got a couple of games you're gunning for, but the seller only wants to sell like, you know, 6 games at once.
Yeah.
So he winds up buying like 4 games that he doesn't really want or need, and to get the 2 that he wanted. And you know, like Man Oh Man, he just really loves and wants to get Astro Blaster, and I think he has like 5 or 6 of them. It's insane. I'm like, you know, I don't see those anywhere, and he's got like 5 or 6 of them. You know, there's one at the arcade, and I think he had 3 in a row at one location and 2 others at a different location. Yeah, it's like damn.
Yeah, it's like I've been to the warehouse for 1UP here in Denver, and it's the same thing. It's insane.
Yeah.
No wonder why we have a hard time getting games.
Right.
The shit you see in these warehouses of these guys who are collecting or, you know, need them for the barcades, it's like that fucking place is, their warehouse is ridiculous. I mean, everyone always laughs about like the 1UP with the
tappers or what?
I'm probably dead. Right. So the 1UP with like the they're upstairs with all the tappers and all the Donkey Kongs from Kong Off, but it's like that's nothing.
Right.
Dude, the warehouse for that place is just ridiculous.
Yeah, the second warehouse he had 2 more fire trucks. And I don't see fire trucks ever anywhere. Yeah. And he's got 3 of them. And he's like, believe it or not, this one, he like pointed out and he showed me the sticker on it. It was like a, you know, arcade license sticker, you know, when you had an arcade back in the day. And it was local. It was like in Idaho somewhere. And he's like, yeah, I actually got a really good deal on this one. I'm like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Amazing. So, yeah. Steve probably wanted to be on with us
sending me
tonight.
messages on Clav about Super Punch Out and obviously like Street Fighter, but like every game that I've been like, hey Steve, you should get this, he's been like, it's not just been like, oh okay, I'll look into it and kind of shrug it off. It's been like he follows up on Clav all the time. He's like, oh well, Jim Bodini wants Arkanoid Revenge Do. He got that. He's working on Super Punch Out. I mean, it's like, hey, you should get this version of Street. Oh, okay. I'm like, I mean, I'm kind of flattered that he, you know, he takes what I say so seriously, but that dude he means business.
Yeah.
Well, no, because he looks at the collectors. It's the same thing with like the Rastan. I think that the Rastan thing came up, and he was like, "Holy shit!" There's like Rastan Saga, which is like Rastan, but you get like all the extra the cut scenes and stuff like that are different. And he's like, tell me more about this board. I want to know more about like what you know about these games. You're into those games, so tell me more about what you know, because that's the shit that I want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Pete.
For sure.
I'm heading out.
Wow, you're still here?
Still here.
I know. You're like an hour past 2.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
I know.
I should have been in bed 3 hours ago.
Yeah. Especially after the day you've had of traveling. So
I know. I was on the plane. On the plane, I was ready to just go to bed when I got home. But, yeah, I was listening to a bit of Katy Perry in the car on the way, and I just.
She got you all pumped up.
I was all
Friday. Oh wait, no, that's not Katy Perry.
Great
by
stuff.
cherry lipstick. All right, Griffin. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking soon about 2018
things and stuff.
About
Stuff, yeah.
2018.
Griffin, I'm so happy to see the shirt that you're wearing tonight. I
made sure I represented here, and this is actually the first time I've worn it. Brought it back in the bag, but this is the Virgin.
Nice.
Virgin
Not even washed.
Yeah, I'm not going to wash it ever.
Andrew, there's probably, if I got to guess, probably close to 500 people out there with your artwork on their shirts.
That's weird.
On their nipples.
Right? Between multiple events.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. All right, you sexy bastards.
All right.
Bye, Griffin.
Hey, Griff.
Guys.
Bye.
Oh, no, next week. No, it's Halloween next week.
2 weeks.
So.
2 weeks. Yep.
2 weeks.
Later, Griffin.
All right.
Bye. We'll talk more about the event.
Right.
Ciao. Yep. Yeah, we'll do it.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, actually, it's interesting how everyone has a different opinion on what their favorite Grinker shirt is.
Mm-hmm.
Like Steve, like Barbie.
He likes the Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, the Phoenix, and everyone's got a favorite, and they're all different. So that's a testament to your skills.
I don't see a lot of the Indian chief one.
Oh, the chief. That was big. That was before you.
Yeah, John did that one.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had to dig that shirt out of my closet to take a picture of it for the card.
Was that Grinkers 2? Because I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Grinkers 1 didn't have a shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
They talked about doing it at the first one, but it didn't happen.
I like Prototype.
I love that shirt too.
Yeah,
I got a soft spot.
I like the.
Yeah, that was great.
Granted, this year's shirt is perfect on it has to be on black. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I like the blue.
But I do like non-black shirts as well.
Yeah.
But that it raises the cost and all that other.
Well, no, Steve Grinkers will not wear a shirt that's not black.
Yeah.
Really?
He basically said all Grinkfest shirts will be black.
But the band is
totally. I don't wear my own shirts, and I love this shirt.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I've never worn one of my own shirts from one of my events. The design stuff. But, I love this shirt.
Mm-hmm.
He puts them on his dogs.
Steve from Grinkers does not have animals. He doesn't have dogs and cats because the black shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, totally magnet for dog hair,
fur and stuff. Yeah.
But I mean, it's just so meaningful. This particular shirt. I mean, it was a beautiful tribute that you guys thought of and did, and that was just genius.
Am I mistaken that I might have heard Steve's voice crack for a split second when the sign was revealed?
Oh no, he was tearing up.
He was like holding it back.
That was
yeah, that was so cool. He's like,
It was weird. It was like watching him. Like it didn't sink in for a while. And then he was like, "Holy shit!" And then when you spun it around and showed that it was like the double-sided, he was like,
yeah.
Oh.
Then his pants got tight. Big old
yeah.
That was me.
Isn't that your noise?
I love that he set it up in the back of the arcade too, because I don't know if that's where it's going to stay, but it looked cool.
No, we set that up there, temporarily. So
it's all ratchet strapped to the wall.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Well, it's got that big thick thing that it's on.
A 2x6 that is bolted to 2.
2x6. Yeah. Thick log.
Yeah.
Not that I have a log, not in the sense that you think I said I had a log.
Rusty, you can't see the line.
Can't see the line, can you, Russ? Nope.
Yeah, he told me a few minutes afterward. He's like, Jack, this is the best gift I've ever received in my life. I got to tell you. So I'll take that as a compliment for sure.
Aww.
Yeah, you can't imagine it's gonna get topped. I have to say, I'm like, this was.
I know.
How do you top that?
We can't top this. Andrew. Yeah. I think this is like.
We brought you Gal Gadot.
The bar can only get so high.
I mean, it was beautiful that this was such a celebration of Grinker's Grand
The
Palace.
history of Grinkers, yes.
Mm-hmm.
How do you top that?
You don't. But you don't have to,
I'm
right?
thinking of, Andrew, off the top of my head is like, what can we do different next year? The only thing I can think of right now, and it'll be a year from now before we remember this, but something that kind of like celebrates the staff, like repair guys that like created and maintain all the games,
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, so
I
something
don't
for
know
Dave.
how to do that or how to tie
give
that
an
in.
award to all the servers.
Yeah, I mean, all the effort that goes in.
Yeah, I mean, what would be Dan's favorite game? What would be Dan's thing that we could do?
I forgot to mention that too in the awards. Like Hat Trick is the one who came up with the idea of the love-hate thing, which I love that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun.
I hate it.
Yeah. I fucking hate those games. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys get a chance to play the Pit?
I actually didn't this year.
I played it at
before,
Brofest, but not at Grinkers.
Yeah. The game's a piece of work.
It is.
Wait, so
get through that first level. It's like, and then you finally. I remember I played the shit out of that actually at Brofest, and I finally got past the first level, and then it just repeats. It's the same fucking level over and
Every
over.
time.
It's like,
Oh
no!
You know what I found out later is that you have to like go to the top. You know that part where there's that red line that if you touch it, it disappears. You got to dig to it, but not touch it. And then you go through the whole level, pick up all the diamonds, and then you come up through the side where that red line is and run across while the red line's disappearing, and then go up.
Yeah.
Through the hole that you made for yourself earlier.
It's not super intuitive.
You got to pre-dig the hole for yourself when you leave. It's so weird. Oh, I was watching someone do that. I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do. Fuck.
Is that the one that Frizzle Fried said he got a 0 on?
He did what?
I think Frizzle Fried said he got a 0 on it.
I got 0?
Yeah.
You can pick up at least one diamond.
I think in the Grinkfest 5 thread, I think he said he got a 0 on it.
Oh, God.
The title of that thing just reminds me of E.T. Of the old E.T.
Oh,
where they fall in the pit, and you're like, shit. That was stupid.
Yeah, that game should have been called The Pit, too.
Oh,
E.T. The Pit.
Oh, my God. It was such a... I rember being excited to get it as a kid, and it was like, oh.
What's going on here?
This sucks. It's dumb. So much for this Christmas present.
Had a cool cover though.
It did. So it's true. And I love, and you love the story in that movie and the documentary. That they did it, like, it's so much fun. So I remember taking scores for the Pit at Brofest. I didn't pay. It sounds like it's either ET or it's something to do with armpits. The Pit. Oh, the smell. But so what's the pretext for the game? Like, what's the goal?
Get the diamonds and get back to your ship. But that's the hard part is you don't want to trap yourself trying to get back to the ship because rocks fall on your path on the way there. Okay. And like I said, there's that lava area where you got to dig ahead of time at the top, but not go all the way down to touch the red line. Because red line, once you touch it, it disappears.
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Yeah. So what you got to do is dig to the red line, go back, get all the diamonds, and then come back, and then run across the red line while it's disappearing and go up, and then get to your ship. While that's happening, there's a tank on the right shooting through a mountain. And when it gets through the mountain, it shoots your ship. So if that happens...
It's like a timer.
Yeah, it's like the timer. So if that happens, I think you lose a life.
I think Clint unofficially has the world record on that game. Like super good at it. That's like his favorite game, actually. Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, interesting.
No. I think
that probably shouldn't surprise me.
It was either Grinkfest 2 or 3. He was in the tournament. And he's like, I wish I could have played, I could be able to play these games in the tournament. And like after the tournament was over, I watched him play it, and I don't know, it was like 120 or 130,000, something like that.
So he's good at it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun when Clint, because Clint has his handful of games, and sometimes he's in our chat, and it's too bad.
He likes was it Starship One or whatever that the game that Seabart has. He played that last year at Grinkers. I was watching him. Actually, I took a picture and sent it to Seabart. I'm like, see, look at that.
It's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, it's not just Gleek. Seabart hasn't been on here for ages either.
Yeah.
Gleek, yeah.
Did you guys get a chance to play Xevious?
I wish I had.
That's not right.
Because I've never played it so
Brutal
turned
settings.
up hard ever like that, where every bullet explodes into 20 bullets.
Someone
Oh,
was
no,
always,
I did
someone
play
was
it. I
always
actually
playing
did play
it.
it.
Someone was always playing it, and then I would get to that corner. You know, it's a tough spot for a game because that's the corner, that's the bar right there. And I would always get there, and you start talking to people. You get your beer, and you forget why you're there, and it's like I should play that. And then it's like, hey, how you doing? And
Here, I'm gonna order a sandwich.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did not get one sandwich. I
Oh,
didn't sandwich
what?
at Drinkers. No.
Matter with you?
Mark, I think you're the one who actually told us about it. The Steve special.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So Steve, Barbie
style.
Drinkers, he has a sandwich that is his
That's
favorite
Steve's
that's not
way.
on the menu.
Secret menu.
Steve's way,
That's
yeah.
Steve's way. Yeah.
So it's what's the meat?
It's the hot pastrami Steve's way. That's
Yes.
how you order it.
So it's hot pastrami with like melted.
It's double
cheese on
pastrami, actually. It's double hot pastrami.
Double meat. Yeah.
And melted
Of course, Steve
Parmesan,
wants
I
a double
think,
meat.
or provolone, maybe provolone.
it. Provolone, yeah.
And
I
then it
wish
has
you said
spicy,
that.
He likes the meat.
spicy mustard instead of regular mustard.
Ooh, they have that option. Nice.
Forget
And
what
it's,
else.
it's a little bit less toppings, but like the melted cheese on top is the big deal.
Yeah.
Bonus.
And then more
And
meat
chopped
and everything. It
pickles
was
on
so
it, too,
good.
Yeah.
See, now that should have been our question. So
something.
next year, yeah, maybe next year for our post Grinkers ep show, that
Right.
we have what is your favorite sandwich?
Number 10.
Yeah, right.
Spicy Italian.
Spicy Italian, yeah.
So I did the spicy Italian, but with salami only.
I did
Sometimes like
I did
salami.
pepperoni and cheese. No onion.
Ooh, that
Ooh,
sounds
that sounds
good.
good.
The pepper. Oh, it's
A little
so
spicy. That's real
Yeah.
spicy.
Yeah,
So
I like it
basically,
spicy.
pizza sandwich.
I can't.
That's a surprise. No one.
I can't believe
No,
you
I
didn't
don't
order
know.
a
I
sandwich.
just-
man. What's the matter with you?
No, I'm trying to think. Like,
We're
if
not
I
friends
analyze
anymore.
each day, we're not friends. I was just thinking because we had our car. We went to actually a lot of restaurants. What day was it? It was Friday before Carrie was there. I just wasn't feeling a sandwich, and so I went
got a
to
pizza.
got pizza. Yeah. I got
Ah.
2 personal pizzas. It was the first time I'd actually sat in a Pizza Hut in a booth waiting for my pizza
By
and
yourself.
probably like by my but it was the first time I'd
Where were
actually
you? Were
sat
you,
in a
you
pizza
by
joint.
yourself?
I went to Grinkers. I had shit. We had
Oh.
a projector to set up. I had like work to do.
Ah, got it.
Yeah,
So Jim
I
just
went-
slept off on his own.
I walked with Leo over there. I talked with Leo because he was walking back to the hotel, so I walked with him over there. Then I walked inside, and I was laughing because they had I was laughing, but I was also impressed that they had an actual arcade game still in a Pizza Hut. In the entrance, they had a Cabal, and it was
Really?
beat to
Wow.
fuck underneath the cap kit big time, and the trackballs are just torn. But the game looked like it worked. A Cabal, yeah, and they had some other redemption game. But I walked in there. I was the only one there. And it was the first time I can remember sitting in a booth waiting for my pizza to show up. It's probably been at least 20 years. Like, when's the last time you went to a pizza joint and sat and waited for a pizza? It was like a Pizza Hut. I
About 2 weeks ago.
I know. I was going to be like, I know our.
So you exclusively go to Little Caesars, I guess. So it's like always ready to go, or
I
what?
was gonna say, so
I don't go to pizza restaurants.
No,
I just don't.
But Jimbo, remember after we
It's all
picked up
frozen.
the second pole position or the first pole position, we went to the round table and we sat and drank
But
beer.
that's not pizza.
I love
That
That's
didn't count.
not, that's not like that's different.
That's still it's a round table. It's totally pizza.
Wait, is there still a frozen pizza sitting in the freezer of the Airbnb?
Yes, there is. There's a Red Baron that's waiting for the next people to open up that freezer and be like, wow.
I know the cleaning staff are taking that home.
For some reason, I got in my head that each one of us is going to have an entire pizza to
I
ourselves.
know, right?
Was that Friday too? No, Saturday.
Saturday.
Was that Saturday?
No, was that?
No wonder you didn't want a sandwich. You had pizzas waiting for
That
you.
was Sunday. That was no, I guess that was Saturday.
Friday.
It was a night. It was
that was the 6 a.m.
Okay.
That was the
oh
6 a.m.
yeah, that
All
was.
right, so
that-
we
yeah,
had
part of
food
the
talk.
place,
I
anyway.
gotta mention
I had
one
3
place.
fucking pieces of the pizza, that frozen pizza.
Yeah, I know.
I ate a lot actually.
You did, yes.
So there's this place in Idaho called Freddy's. It's like a burger joint, like a
Burger
burger
and custards, isn't it?
Right.
Yes.
Yep, there was special
So-
Friday the 13th.
So man, oh man, Mike, man, he drove, and my son and I went with him, and their deal is, though, instead of ground beef, it's like ground steak. So I guess like better cuts of meat. I don't know, but they like pound the meat out flat, like super thin and flat, and all the way around the edge, it's like super crispy, like overcooked kind of thing. It is really good, but it doesn't taste like your normal, cheeseburger you'd eat. But yeah, and it was frozen custard instead of like a regular shake.
Oh, I think we have a Freddy's over here. It's
Really?
same, yeah.
I've never seen it before there.
Yeah,
so they
it's
have
pretty good. They have fried pickles that are pretty good.
And they have the fry sauce.
Yeah, and they have a spicy one too, like a jalapeno fry
yes.
sauce that's really good. I like that one better. Yeah.
So I never heard of fry sauce, which is like French fry sauce, right?
Yeah, we got that at the place of the worst Long Island on the planet.
Oh my God! It wasn't a Long Island. It was just a lemon drink.
It's Lemon Island.
Where was that at?
That brewery, 55 or whatever it was.
Fry sauce
barrel.
Ketchup
oh
and
my
mayonnaise.
God, that was so bad.
54 barrel or whatever it was.
I was gonna say,
That was
it's
atrocious.
basically the your typical
table.
burger ketchup mayo mix.
Yeah, that's what fry sauce is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That's good.
Fry
So
sauce.
it had some
Very Idaho.
paprika.
Yeah, it might have a little bit and some garlic salt maybe sometimes too.
Yeah.
Don't
Can I get 2 Long Island iced teas? Lemon juice coming up.
don't dismiss fried pickles till you try.
I think
them.
Mikey is in the
Oh,
chat.
fried pickles are delicious.
I'm
Yeah.
with you.
So I think it's Mikey, Tara, Mikey in our chat. That's Mike Man.
That's Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another highlight from Drinkers that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
So a fan of our podcast, Luap or Paul.
Yeah,
I
Luap
guess.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he comes up to me and he's like talking about like that he listens to the show and he listens to it at work sometimes, and
One
people are
of
looking
three.
at him funny when he's looking at him funny when he's laughing at stuff that we talk about and stuff. He's like, you know what, Mock? I never knew what a merkin was till I listened to your show.
What was?
A merkin.
What's a merkin?
Remember I talked about that a long time ago where it's like in movies where a girl doesn't want to show her privates. She puts on this fake crotch that has pubic hairs in it. And it's cover up the crotch. And in Hollywood, they call it a merkin. You remember when we talked about that?
Yeah,
that was like a long time ago, too. I'm like,
Facebook,
wow.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get them online if you want
That's
to buy
great.
one.
I had a lot of comments about sound effects. I'm like, someone, yeah.
Oh, you
should
did?
Yeah, like a lot of the common ones, like you should be playing the tan and all, and like when you're not there, things just sound right. I'm like, when I'm not there, it's probably a break for everyone else, and everyone makes their own sound effects.
Sound effect duties.
It's like we're not doing this for fans, right? We're hanging out with friends. That's what we're doing. But you know, when
we
you
want
hear
our
people say
fans to
that
join
stuff,
in with us.
yes, when you hear people say that stuff, it's like, right on, man. That's
Yeah.
cool. I enjoy
And
that.
plus, that's a callback from like at least a year ago or more. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was an old show when we talked
Yeah.
about merkins.
Yeah.
Well, we started doing this.
You know,
I wanna
arcade
say
related.
it was like late summer of 14. Has it been going on that long? Is it 3 years?
Well, we actually officially started like with doing this stuff was around Christmas.
Yeah.
When we were actually
Yeah.
doing the broadcasting or doing the
before,
live.
before we
Yeah.
were doing live though, yeah. Like when we actually got to get
We
through.
were doing it live. We just didn't record it.
Oh,
People
right.
could- People could watch it, but
Oh,
I
I heard
it
the
wasn't.
dog door.
Yeah.
They're still on the move. The dogs are out hunting.
Oh my God! Can you hear that? Yeah, Zadie's still out hunting. I haven't seen her all night long, and she hasn't eaten her dinner.
I'm gonna
That's
get
the
him.
corner.
It's an hour past.
Which is fine, quite frankly. I just don't want her to bring it in some dead little body into my carpet, and I have to.
I'm not there to take out dead rats.
Yeah.
Speaking of how long we've been doing it, we are at 2 away from 100. Should we do something special for that show?
Nah.
Fuck it.
I think we just blow past it.
It's all me to Grinkers.
That's karaoke night on the show.
Yeah.
I say we just do a show where we get all of our people that watch it. They come on and do the show, and we fucking don't.
We just watch.
And we say in the YouTube chat.
All right, so
We watch them.
Rover, Luop,
Yeah, they all come on.
and Dave Elope, they're gonna run the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll be in the YouTube chat.
That works for me.
I love it.
We could post all kinds of cockpits and googly eyes.
You know, like I would have, if I could spend time doing that shit instead of talking, that would be great.
Maybe it's back to what happened when we all met.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
IRC days. I still have Hex Chat app on my computer. Like with the, I just can't find myself. I can't see it to uninstall it. I just can't find it in my heart to do it. Like with the thought that maybe they'll come back and come handy someday. Handy.
All right, so I've got one last story, but my internet is like dropping out like fucking crazy, so I don't even know if I can get it out.
All right.
All right, so I told some of you guys live, but I was hanging the projector, trying to get that run, and I feel this little tug on my pant leg, and I look down, and there's this dude, I don't know, younger guy, and he's like
a kid or like a little person.
He's like a kid, maybe a little slow. I don't know. And he was like, "I'm looking for a man. His name is John Jacobson."
Oh no!
What?
He's about this tall.
No.
And I was like,
He's
"Dude,
in London.
I'm sorry. He's out of the country right now. He's in the UK doing his thing there."
Oh.
And I was like, "I'm sorry, he's not here." And he's like, his eyes kind of glossed over, like there might have been a tear there.
Oh no!
And then he disappeared. I never saw him for the rest of the weekend.
Oh. And he flew all the way from London.
So he may have come from who knows where just to see John Jacobson.
Even if he was supposed to have been there, he probably wouldn't have been that easy to find.
Anyways, yeah.
Clearly not a fan because he would have.
He's
known
at
that John was out of the
Barney
country.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my one laughing moment where it was like some little kid. Like I was like seriously, like you guys saw where I was like hanging the projector. So I was up on a chair, like fucking with this thing, and I feel this little tug on my pant leg. And I don't know why he came to me. I guess I looked like I was in charge because I was doing the projector, but like.
I'm sorry, John's not here, but we have a wire with the bar.
It totally was an Oliver moment.
Could you take
Excuse me.
That's what I was thinking too, Carrie.
just a bit more?
I mean, I think
Tuppence.
Yeah.
I think 99% of the people there knew.
I was saying Sherry Bobbins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I feel like 99% of the people there knew they weren't going to be there.
Yeah. That would be the only person who.
Pretty obvious
he was, but like I don't know how far he traveled. I should have asked him. Like, did your mom drop you off? What's going on here?
Oh.
I mean, he was not like a little kid. It was like a.
That's when Andrew gave him John Jacobson's personal home address.
Here's
there you go.
Here's
you go,
his cell phone number, his home address, and private email. Here you go.
Somebody asked on
his house.
Why did he think he was there for that event?
Well, Slick posted on Facebook about the event and how great it was, and some guy said, "Hey, was the Arcade Outsiders there?"
Unfortunately not. I mean,
and I was like, no, the Arcade Outsiders don't exist anymore. And he's like, yeah, they do. They're the ones that organized that tournament. And I was like,
candy is dandy, but liquor is better.
No, not really.
No.
I just noticed Mock's subtitle on his title slate.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Nice.
It's like I got quite a chuckle out of that little kid. Unfortunately, I should have cornered him.
Did you give him some candy? And
You know, I was thinking like, you know, maybe I should feel bad. You know, it's like for a moment, it was like, oh, my heart went out to this guy. And then
Let me buy you a beer, little Timmy.
I had another beer myself, and I forgot all about it.
Let me introduce you to IPAs.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are 10 times better than that guy.
Way better than Jacob's.
Step it slow. We don't want you to pee the bed.
Yeah. He actually reminded me a little bit of the dude at Brofest guy who'd never had beer before.
Oh, okay. Wow. Usually that's only an East Coast thing.
A little bit like that dude. I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. A little bit like that guy.
Interesting.
Ah, shit! I was gonna ask Dave about Matt Hall and be like if he's still is convinced about the hair.
Yeah.
I saw him last weekend.
Next time.
I was just saying.
I'm pretty sure it's all legit. There's no.
You don't think there's a
I don't think so.
Jimbo, actually, speaking of Matt Hall, but not really. But like, what about the session of arm wrestling technique from?
Oh, that was something else. The fun, yeah, about yeah, that was actually pretty darn funny. I that was Saturday night that I'm like, hey, so you need to show everyone, like, explain your technique. I'm curious, like, because obviously you're an experienced arm wrestler, and he told us his whole entire backstory. I got it out. It took me a little while, but I got everything out. He basically said that was it junior high? I think it was like, did you not hear that part about he arm wrestled? I think it was junior high, maybe it was grade school, somewhere in there. A girl beat him in arm wrestling, and so he vowed from then on that he was never going to lose. And so we
saw him lost a fly again,
twice.
Wait, who were you talking about again?
Ken House.
Ken House. Okay.
But I mean, like, but I watched him. I in a very drunken state arm wrestled him too, and I was very intrigued with his technique because he clearly had a very skillful technique. Like, he knew what he was doing, and I finally got it out of him on Saturday, and then it turned into this big thing. And because I'm like, all right, show me, explain everything to me. Like, I'm just like an average Joe. I want to become a good arm wrestler. What are you doing that I'm not doing? And he went through everything, and then all of a sudden he got the girls involved. He got Carrie involved. He got, like, it became this big thing over the Atari football cocktail.
Cocktail. Yeah.
I saw him doing that like Thursday or Friday night too. On one of the tables you can eat on. He was doing that with some women.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When he arm wrestled, so anyways, he went through that whole thing. He arm wrestled Heck on, I want to say it was like Friday. It was before I think Carrie was there, and Heck beat him. And then Saturday is when he went through the whole thing, and then he wanted to arm wrestle Heck again. And when he arm wrestled Heck that time, me and Andrew were standing next to each other, and we're like, look at that. He was totally off his feet, leaning like his whole body was just like hanging on Heck's arm.
Wow.
One. Like, Heck still like blam finally.
And and that cocktail just fucking rolled like 4 feet.
Well, he moved it. It was shuffling around.
Oh yeah.
Really? Wow.
It was insane.
It was very clearly a mismatched arm wrestling thing, and Heck was like, "I'm never doing that again."
Yeah, I know.
But he won.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. That was quite the eventful weekend. No one was falling. No skeleton dick falling on his head.
I know.
Oh,
yeah, he couldn't make it.
Skeleton dick wasn't even there. Yeah,
he wanted to.
No, I bet.
Yeah.
After last week, it was so much fun.
I did not.
Oh, no way!
I still have the sticker, the dick sticker. Look at that skeleton.
I did not get to play. Matt Hall did not play a lot of Street Fighter, but apparently Mike played a few games and beat him. a few times.
He never got past the starter character.
He never got past the starter character.
Yeah, that was the ongoing joke the whole weekend with Street Fighter, though. Like, because Mike was playing Geef a bit, and that was Matt Hall's starter character, and so that was the ongoing joke. That was funny. That was pretty good. But
all right, it's after midnight. I gotta bail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's late.
Yeah, this has been a busy week for me.
I just got here. Let's keep going. No, I was joking.
All right, one more vodka drink. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll talk about
till
tomorrow.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah, that's true.
Halloween,
Yep. So yeah, next week we got off because of Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm not having games open to the public, but I guess Carrie might.
I totally am. That's my.
Honestly, I think that's cool that you do that.
Yeah,
I'm
very cool.
excited. This will be my first year doing it, so
I wish
gonna have a
Halloween was on a different day, though. Fucking Tuesday.
Are you gonna put up a sign, Carrie, or anything like that? So
No, and honestly, I have to go to work, so it isn't. So I'm not going to be there early. But on the other hand, it's, the little kids tend to come out earlier, so I'll catch the older kids anyway. So yeah, and I have to swing by a friend's arcade on my way back because I have to return an AR2 that I borrowed from him. So yeah,
you have to play a game if you want candy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Yeah.
Actually, so I told you a friend of my daughter's came and saw the arcade, and I was saying what that we were going to do. He's like, "Oh, you're going to rake in the bucks on Halloween." I'm like, I was going to put them on free play, but maybe that's a better idea.
Yeah.
You get the parents.
Instead of handing out candy, you're jamming coin mechs.
Right? Yeah, totally. I've never had to deal with that problem before. I think
Nobody
can deal
carries
with that.
quarters in their pocket anymore. That's the downside.
Yeah, well, I got a nice Russian coin out of the change machine at Grinkers. I
Right.
still don't know what that means. Yeah,
Weird.
I think I showed you. Yeah, I mean, we were all hammered.
Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
Close enough.
See, I don't even need to play it because people just fill it in. Yeah.
You can do that.
You need more sound effects.
I
for
have.
the show. All right, so we call
So
it.
I mean, it was awesome getting to hang out with you guys. I have regrets. I didn't get to hang out with a lot of you guys very much. I mean,
That
Carrie
one night that was a couple nights ago. I think.
And
Gak
Mark, I feel like I talked to you guys 5 minutes.
Oh, I know. Like there was no time at
It
all.
was
But
hardly anything.
I love you,
we'll
Gak.
see each other again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny. You never know how these things are going to turn out. Like you
Yeah.
think that you're like, oh, I'm going to get to spend so much time with this person, that person, and it's like, oh, like John. Honestly, our with the coin up thing, like
Yes.
like I saw him like in passing. Like how did that happen? It's crazy.
I know Gak sat next to me. Like I was like, oh, cool. I get to sit and chat with Gak. And he has his back to me the whole time talking to Andrew. And then he gets a sandwich and eats it and then leaves. I'm like,
I know. Not intentional. So, but yeah, I mean, the whirlwind experience, but we love it every year, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
oh yeah.
Can't go back.
Pancake shots in the form of smuggled booze in our car.
We're like 11 months.
Oh, we had the
and 2 weeks away.
private shots.
I didn't get any of the pancake shots.
Well, not for lack of us not hanging out there.
Hashtag San Diego.
You bailed before.
Yeah,
you were gone. San Diego, dude. San Diego.
Yeah,
Sylvia,
San Diego.
like taking a big old tug off that fucking bottle of pre-mixed stuff.
You know what?
Yeah, that's terrible.
I'll get the ingredients.
Yeah.
So I need some pancake
it
shots
was
here.
absolutely a treat to do this year because, I feel like we had kind of ownership of it and did things the way we felt like, we wanted to do it. And so many people said it went so much smoother. So thank you guys all for helping out with that. And it was awesome to meet, some of our, I guess we'll call them fans.
Not a fan is what
we had a couple of fans out there. We had probably about 2 or 3 fans of the
They're
show.
naps. They're not a fan.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they said they listened to the show.
I hope to see you guys again soon that we can hang out.
Let's get those guys on this show because they.
Yes,
oh my God, that'd be great.
I appreciate those guys.
So 100. Let's do that.
Yeah, and Steve, always awesome. You know, I wish we could hang out more often. You know, it's such a good time there.
We need to do.
We definitely have to get Steve out of his
element.
Yes. Yep. And you know, we had 25 plus people on tonight on the chat. I don't even know if I'm going to attempt to name any of them. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys froze up a little bit. So, yeah. So, Frober, you're next up on the list. We need to hang out. So maybe he can hook up with us in San Diego.
Yeah.
But,
he will.
Yeah.
I still want to do
too many good memories to try to wrap up in one show, but.
We've been talking for the last almost 4 hours, and
I still want to just go to Grinkers.
No more.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to not an event. Just go there. Just hang out. No event, no prep. Just hey, we're gonna be at Grinkers.
Right. Yep. So looking forward to just hanging out more with you guys. So good times.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So all right. So we're gonna skip next week.
Yep.
And we'll see everybody November.
And everybody that showed up at Grinkers, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. And I'm glad if you had a good time. I hope you had a good time. I mean, we all had a great time.
Yeah,
So.
for
If
sure.
you didn't, fuck you.
If you didn't have a good time, it's your own fucking fault.
Right,
You missed out on a great time.
Yeah, you did not have enough dollar beers. Next year it's going to be awesome.
Or other booze or
And,
wine or whatever.
and the date's already set for Grinkers next
Yep.
year. So,
Oh, yeah, good job.
So if you want to
No
go,
excuses.
we're
You
doing
got
it again.
fucking year.
Yeah, it's like 11th and 12th, right? Isn't
11th
it?
and 12th,
12th and 13th.
Which happens to
12th and
be
13th.
Steve Barbie's
11th is
birthday.
Steve's
Yeah.
birthday, yeah.
11th
Oh,
is
man, now we got to really overtop it.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking.
Here's a sign with a cake in it and some candles and some fireworks and some
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Look outside. There's a plane with the banner behind it.
5 hookers.
Five.
I don't know how else to top it.
That beats 4 the previous year. What?
That's one hooker for every 5 years
Right.
you are.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Lori would really appreciate the whole 5 hookers thing, but we
No,
can work on it.
But it's
We'll
a
work on
thought that counts.
3 is one thing. 5. I don't know.
Maybe there's a couple of guy hookers in there too.
What about
It's not your birthday.
No, for Lori.
Oh.
Shit, not mine.
I'll wear my second shirt again.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Buffett, I got to say it again. I love seeing
Yeah.
you, man. I hope I can see you every year.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
I'd like
a treat.
Yeah, Buffett, that was fun.
What the hell, Buffett hug?
I don't try that
That's
often
awesome.
related to arcade stuff, but I had tears in my eyes when I saw you, so I'm gonna say that again.
That
There's
was
nothing like a Buffett hug
awesome.
getting the tickle of the beard on the neck.
Right?
yeah, right. Yeah. I
Yes.
don't know how many times I thanked you for coming, but I was so excited that you were there. It was so
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
It meant a lot.
Very
It was
cool.
just like, yeah, it was for you, but
So
it
we
was
need-
really for us.
There's a few others we need to make, present.
Yeah.
Come on,
Steve
Seabart.
Art, you need to make it to one of these.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
Frober, we're gonna see him.
Yep.
And Gleek at a Grinkers.
Gleek.
We've had
We've seen Gleek a couple times, but yes.
Best, but yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Gleek.
Yeah.
We just
Blew
need to
up.
see
Come
Gleek
again.
Gleek.
He hasn't been on the show in a while either.
Yeah.
No,
I guess he got sad with the ass crack comments.
Please come on here and hang another picture for us.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh.
Okay, well,
All right.
I guess we'll call that a wrap.
Yep.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Working in the lab late with my eyes behind
Night, everybody.
and ear
Good night.
for my monster from his slab.
Night, everybody.